Welcome back to MediaMix, everyone. And before we start with our regularly scheduled program, we would like to thank you for all of the support and all of the views and the subscribers that you gave us on our Arcane video. That was really great of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
very
much.
Giving us a boost of confidence and a boost of energy.
Yeah, Nick might actually edit again.
And I might actually be able to edit again. I should have time now that... Anyway. But what we are trying to say is thank you for everyone who's been supporting us and has been giving us regular views and all that. But without further ado, we are talking about the movie of the century, or the movie of the year,
movie of the year.
Movie of the year.
Century.
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Ah, yes.
Which,
and this podcast is going to contain major spoilers.
Yeah,
we're literally just talking about the movie.
We're talking about the movie.
So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to get spoiled, please go watch the movie.
This is a discussion.
Come back and watch.
Yeah, watch the movie, come back, and come join the discussion with us of this movie.
Trust me, you'll be doing yourself a favor.
So
we have plenty of questions, plenty of explanations. We got the end credit scene explained. We got everything. So let's dive right into it.
Let me just say, just to dogpile on the thank yous, really appreciate the comments on the video, guys. Keep those coming. We really love seeing the comments.
And
Thank you very much.
And if it was, and we don't know if this is the reason, but if you guys did enjoy Carmine being on the podcast, or possibly any of the other people who have not been on the podcast lately, not just Carmine, but some of the others,
they'll just take my spot.
They won't take specifically Zach's spot, but we will be sure to include them again if you did enjoy them and if you do want to see them again. Feel free to let us know. And without further ado, I'm Nick. This is Zach.
Hello.
I'm Jack.
I'm Vicky.
I'm Steven Seagal.
And I'm Alex.
Oh,
you
sorry.
forgot about me. That's so mean.
I feel so bad. I totally forgot you were like right next to me. And I feel like you just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
I was going to say,
my boyfriend of all people.
I was going to say, and this is Alex.
Never.
I'm not her boyfriend.
Why don't I get to... Okay. I wasn't going... I was going...
This is MediaMix.
I was going to say, and this is Alex, and this is MediaMix.
You're the friend.
Our title card already
Anyway,
for now,
we're doing No Way Home, which... For some reason, when we did start it, and last night Jack said, I think you will like it, and I will preface, yes, I did very much love the movie. He did not think I was going to like it.
Because you're the biggest critic.
Because I'm a very big critic, but I will say that this is probably the best Marvel movie.
Oh, wow. You know what?
That's a very bold
statement. Do we actually agree on something for once?
But the thing is, I think it is, and I don't want to. I know people might get like.
I mean, I thought the movie was kind of trash, so.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Mid.
I'm kidding.
But
it's
I don't wanna,
worse than Eternals.
I don't want to say this is the reason why it was a good movie. I don't want to say this is the reason why it's a good movie, but I think it's a good factor is that Sony helped make it.
True.
But that's the thing is they were like, well, if we're gonna let you use those two Spider-Man, you have to at least let us get like a little bit. And there are some parts that are like you can definitely tell it was Sony or definitely tell it was Marvel, but overall, it was a very good mesh, and they did a very good job.
Oh god!
This movie was everything I've dreamed of and more.
Yes, it was so like good for the fans. It's like because there was such high expectations.
Oh yeah!
Oh my god!
And they like delivered on all of them.
I feel like the fans wrote this movie.
Yeah,
it was just a fanfare roller coaster.
A long time ago, like when No Way Home was announced, and absolutely nobody had any idea that the other two Spider-Mans were gonna be on it. Somebody was like, "Oh, dude, how epic would that be if they like were able to bring in like the other two Spider-Mans?"
Well, you know how it started, right?
What?
Only the rumors started because when Jamie Foxx got announced that he was going to be coming back for it as Electro, he posted something on his story that I don't know if you can find the picture that he posted, but he posted a picture of him as Electro with 3 Spider-Men in front of him.
Oh,
really?
And then then they made him delete it like an hour later or something like that.
Really?
damn!
And that started the speculation that's like, well,
oh my gosh.
So here's the good thing about the movie is you have people who say Tobey Maguire is their favorite or the best, and then Andrew Garfield, and then Tom Holland. Really quick, to kind of just get it out there, who was everyone's favorite Spider? Just in regular, not just in this movie, but like
in general.
In general, who is your favorite Spider-Man actor?
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I'd have to say Andrew Garfield and
Tobey Maguire
no,
or Tom Holland?
no. What's the other
PS4 Spider-Man.
No.
Miles?
Miles Morales, yeah.
Oh, Miles Morales,
yeah.
the actor he plays. I mean, I mean more like live action. Between
Okay,
the
well
three.
then it'd be Tobey Maguire and then not Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, then Tobey Maguire, then Tom Holland.
Really?
I not that I don't like Tom Holland at all. I love Tom Holland. I just like the other two better.
I don't know. It's hard to decide because I grew up we all grew up first watching Tobey Maguire. He was the first one we ever saw being played as Spider-Man. But I don't know. It's as each Spider-Man I saw, I think I like Andrew Garfield the most, but Tom Holland does have my heart with like how he does the whole thing. Like he just does it so well.
You know, I gotta be honest. I would have said at first I would have said Toby, and then throughout the movie I would say Andrew, but now I'm gonna say Tom Holland.
Really? Oh, okay.
Tom Holland, I feel like, has finally grown into what
the
Spider-Man should be.
But before Alex, did you want to say yours?
What's yours?
I already said mine, Andrew.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. All pretty equal, like Vicky said. Like, we grew up watching the first one, and I didn't watch any of the, like, Andrew Garfield movies. I've only really watched, like, the first movie and the second movie. I didn't watch any other Tom Holland Spider-Man, so kind of came into this not really knowing what to expect.
How dare you?
Not
No, but,
a
like,
true
I knew
fan.
all of, like, the villains that came into it besides the Lizard Man. That's the only one I didn't really know.
Damn.
But I
Lizard
kind of
Man.
got...
Call him the Lizard Man.
The Lizard
What's his
Man.
name? Like,
The lizard.
It's
The
just
lizard.
like I said, I didn't watch those movies, so I had no idea like what he was called or like his backstory. But I knew the others, so like I kind of got the majority of it. But
He's a pretty simple
Yeah.
guy. He's a lizard
Yeah.
that wants to turn people into lizards.
lizards.
He also
Yeah.
wanted to
yeah,
get
I'd
his
probably say
arm
Tom
back.
Holland.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was the main.
With
And then he turned into
That
a
movie
lizard.
was so good.
with
though.
Zach saying that Tom Holland grew into the shoes of Spider-Man, at first I was in the same shoes as like a lot of
Yeah.
other people. No, because a lot of people immediately liked Tom Holland as him.
I mean, I don't think immediately they were just like he's okay. But
Really?
like,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
I
the-
know.
I
I
think
know
they
at the
were just,
beginning.
like, finally an
Yeah.
actual like young
Because
Spider-Man.
he was,
Yeah.
he played Spider-Man, like, his age in the first movie that he had was supposed to be 14. Like, Spider-Man was supposed to be 14.
He was 19 in Civil War.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait,
I
what?
looked it up
Spider-Man
today.
or Tom Holland?
Tom Holland was
Okay.
19 in
Oh,
Civil
I thought you
War.
meant.
Yeah.
But
So-
like in the
In the
In the
movie,
movie, he was supposed to be
14,
14.
15,
Yeah,
something
so,
He's
like,
fighting Big Purple
really
Man at
young.
age
Very young.
15.
But at the end, because at first I was like, I don't know. Every time I look at Tom Holland, like, because when I think of Spider-Man, I think of tall-ish and a little lanky. But Tom Holland has a sort of like rectangle build.
He's also
Yeah.
short.
He's also short, so like I can never see it. But at the end when they show him in the coffee shop, like just his face, I was like, and like the haircut, I was like, yeah, that's Spider-Man. I can see that, which is good. And then I was gonna say spoilers, but the scene where you can see him in the new red and blue suit,
Oh
It
my
was
God.
so
at
good.
the end is
such
good.
Yeah.
such a
Absolute-
breath of fresh air, because I was like, the black and red one was kind of cool, but then
I always
seeing
thought
him in the
I
suit,
think-
his suits were so busy.
I know, because he had the Stark tech. That's the thing. That's
Yeah.
what like
Yeah,
made it
he
be like,
had-
oh, new and improved. But I think now that he like is erased from the face of Earth, now that he like is actually Spider-Man now with like a simple basic suit, like I think it's so dope to
Now
see
he can
now.
be-
Yeah,
It's like
he's
bare bones.
now he can be
Nobody.
actually Spider-Man.
which I like, because that the whole point of Spider-Man was he's a nobody who helps people, and the cool thing is each of the Spider-Man have their own kind of like gimmick or thing that like has happened from other comics. For instance, like Tobey Maguire's, he turns into Venom for a little bit. For Andrew Garfield's, Gwen dies, and for Tom Holland, Aunt May dies. So each of those things have happened in a different comic that they kind of all like amalgam, which is good. I
So
like that.
I have some like questions, some pretty interesting.
Well, actually, hey, before we get to the questions,
All right. Late.
because I never got to explain why I thought Andrew Garfield was better.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's
So-
your-
So I want to like run through them all real quick. Just like
Oh.
my opinion, Tobey Maguire really nails like the nerdy dorkiness of Peter Parker.
Who?
Like-
Which one?
Tobey
Tobey
Maguire.
Maguire.
the first Spider-Man.
They're all really nerdy though.
Yeah,
No, but
Tom
like
Holland is very nerdy as well.
Tobey Maguire brings the energy though.
I think
He really
Tom
brings the
Holland's
nerd
more nerdy
energy.
than Tobey Maguire.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think that's your opinion, but
Tobey-
you're wrong.
I
Tobey
think
Maguire
Andrew
doesn't have a
Garfield
net.
had the nerdy too. He was like a
Yeah,
he was,
but
He doesn't have
he was
a
like a
net.
genius
No,
basically.
No, but
Andrew Garfield
that
was
doesn't
He
make
was just
him
like a
nerd
cool
Spider-Man.
genius.
he was too cool to be a
Yeah, he
nerd
was like
though.
a- he was
That's
cool,
that's my
like,
only
skater
gripe
boy
with
I know,
Andrew
but he was
Garfield.
like he was kind of like a loner though. That's how I saw him.
Yeah, but
Like, he
Andrew
wasn't
Garfield
cool,
is
he was like a
the
loner.
amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. But anyway,
Versus
back
Tobey
to the
Maguire's
better.
Spider-Man.
Who's the best Spider-Man?
Andrew Garfield.
Aside from, like Andrew Garfield, he just has such a great range of emotion that he
Yeah.
expresses in his movies, and I don't think he gets enough recognition for that. Like, some scenes, right, where he just goes from like he goes from being like angry to like confused to like surprised,
So he's a
all
good
like
actor.
and then, no, but he's so good at it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know, he is a good
He is,
actor.
he
We
is
can
the
all agree.
superior actor of these three, in my opinion. Just the way he acts, I prefer how he acts compared to like Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland.
Oh yeah, Tobey Maguire has like an awkward acting style. to
Yeah,
him.
it's just the it's just
I
don't
just
know.
wouldn't
It's something
necessarily
about
call his
Tobey
movies
Maguire's
good.
acting.
His movies had really good scenes in them, and then like it still couldn't hold the
yeah,
whole thing
no,
up.
yeah.
It's
So-
very difficult sometimes because
Yeah.
they also at that time they were having to compete with like how Marvel Cinematic Universe was doing theirs like whole thing, so everyone was kind of turning their interest. But
when did those movies come out? I don't know.
2011 or 12. I don't know. But besides that, when they introduce him and they have like all of the different commentary and all this stuff, they bring up a point in it where Andrew Garfield says like I'm terrible.
Yeah,
And it's funny because like a lot of the community like thought that, and like the
He's
part
like trashing on himself.
the
because-
part when like Tobey Maguire says like no you're not terrible and like
You're
says,
amazing.
and I'm like it's so good.
Wait, did you say you're amazing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he says
said
you're
you're
amazing.
amazing.
Oh, that's
You're
funny.
amazing.
Because
Yeah.
he says you
He's
no
the
you
amazing.
are amazing.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's
I
so
didn't
good
realize
because it's
that.
like oh my god they do that and like I
Because
don't know
he
a
is
lot of
the amazing Spider-Man.
a lot of the
Yeah.
different interactions I wanted to see more of out of the two of them.
I mean, did you see the three where they're all like pointing at each other? Like,
Yeah, the
well,
meme.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
like,
all
that's
all
three.
that's
I
gotta
only
be a
saw
thumbnail.
two of them in like Nit's house, like when they
no, when
pointed
they were
at
in the
each other.
lab,
No,
when they were in
not
the
that.
lab, they were pointing at each other. When Ned was like, "Hey, Peter," and like,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're all like pointing
Oh
at each
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
Well, they also pointed at each other again later when they were when they had the regroup after sucking against the villains, and they were like, "You're Peter too? I thought I was Peter too." And they did the point with each other again there.
It's like, hey, why?
I just love the little quips in this movie.
Yeah,
like
then
it's
how-
so
how
funny.
they're like, "Yo, where's your
That was my
wet
shooters.
Oh
that
my
was my
God.
favorite
Wet
scene.
fluid. 'Cause he-
Yeah,
favorite
they
scene of all
addressed
time.
it. They're
He's
like,
the
what
only
do you-
Spider-Man like who
Who can't do that,
Spider-Man
yeah.
canonically like has web shooters.
I wish they did that for all three of them. It would have been so cool.
I kid you not. I've had dreams about that happening.
Exactly.
between
Oh
the
my
three of them.
God.
Like the three of them actually sitting down and having a conversation with Tobey Maguire. Like, how do you do it? How does
Yeah.
it work? Because I can't do that.
There's
There's
Right.
been so many
Walk.
TikToks. There's been so many TikToks about like people theorizing, like, oh my God, what's if they like actually have a conversation
Oh,
about
they
this?
bet
And I was
they
like,
have, yeah.
I was like, I feel like I've seen this movie even
This is
before it
such
came
a
out.
W for TikTok because like back in like when WandaVision was like airing
Yeah.
its episodes, TikTok had all these theories about like, oh, it's Mephisto, oh, it's like it's someone, and it just turned out to be just
That's
Agatha
wrong.
all along, and then like it was a major L for TikTok, and now
Yeah.
this, it's like.
Finally
Oh,
taking home
it's
that
gonna
dub.
be the two Spider-Man, man. It's they're gonna bring back someone. Aunt May's gonna die. Matt Murdock's gonna show up as
I
Daredevil.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Matt Murdock, and that's the cool thing is now
Wait,
they have.
I'm behind on that.
You know
Who
the
is
guy
that?
in the glasses in the beginning
lawyer
who
guy,
catches
right?
the brick?
Peter's lawyer.
He's-
I didn't know who that was.
He's Daredevil.
Yeah, I thought that
And
was
so they
awesome.
show him.
Wait, does
thought
he
that
already
was
have a
so
movie
awesome.
out? Or
He
is-
has a show.
has a show.
His Netflix
And so
show.
they show that, and
I haven't watched that.
spoilers. Okay, I'm gonna say spoilers for a different thing, which is the Hawkeye.
Skip.
Have you
skip
been-
forward like 10 seconds. Go.
Skip forward like, yeah, 10 seconds.
Go.
So Kingpin is in it. Which means that then two different movies. So they've connected it basically.
It
They've
means
connected
the Netflix TV shows are finally like canon in the MCU.
which means that
That's so
they
cool.
hopefully will
and
have
they're
a Daredevil
keeping the
movie.
same actors, which because they've kept the same actor for Kingpin, and they kept the same
actor for Daredevil, which if they
Which is
keep
so
the
good.
same one for
Punisher.
yes.
Yo!
See,
John Bernthal.
Me and Zach watched Walking Dead, which has John Bernthal in it.
Dude,
as
John
Shane.
Bernthal like
Some of my-
nails
But
anything.
He's
there.
so. Anyway,
Some of my favorite comics as a kid, getting a little off track, but
Yeah,
they were the
let's-
ones with like Spider-Man and the Punisher, like the really gritty, like bloody
Yeah, it's
comics with Spider-Man and the Punisher. Those were my favorites. I had like 3 or 4 of those, which made up like maybe a third of my collection as a child of comic books.
did you have? Did you
Yeah,
wanna bring
Jack
up your
had questions.
Questions?
I have
Yeah, I
stuff
wanna-
to bring up unless you guys want. I'm
No, bring it back to the questions.
Yeah,
really
give
quick,
us some of the
so I might Bring
questions.
up other
So
parts
like
in it.
when Strange casts a spell in the end, like where everybody forgets Peter Parker, like what are the bounds to that? Like is he deleted just off of like every document,
Just no one,
every
will-
computer?
no
Like
one
I-
remembers.
like I-
that.
remembers
so.
him?
I think it's.
No one
I
remembers
think
that.
it's one of
And
those.
Real quick, also, what about the other Spider-Mans too? Like the other Peter Parkers that go back to their universe.
Did
so
they
they go
Parker?
back and they're just like everybody just forgets who they are.
No, it's just
Their
it's
universe
just.
Sure,
is-
it's just Tom Holland
It was
because
just Tom
he
Holland.
just said everybody will
Well,
forget who Peter
That's
Parker
actually
is.
that's actually a good point because there's like some monkey's paw to that whole wish thing,
Yeah.
right?
I don't
So-
know.
I
They-
say
he
don't
said
look
just-
into it too much because
No,
then
but
you're gonna find
No,
something.
it's fun to look into. It,
I think
though.
it's
like,
one of
That's why I'm
those.
Yeah, but it's just like because when you look into stuff like this too much, then you're just gonna purposely find plot holes.
Yeah.
That's
It-
just like shouldn't really be a thing.
It's
to
the
begin
same
with.
thing as.
but it's
like,
still fun.
It's yeah,
Still-
it's
still good
guess.
But it's the
fun.
same thing as like, for instance, like Tenet. It's a great movie, but the moment you start to try and like understand it, you're like, it's a stupid movie. It's a good movie if you just choose to be like, it's a movie.
Oblivious, exactly.
If you choose to just watch it and enjoy the visuals and that part, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But this,
Where's that counter for how many times you mentioned Tenet in different episodes and podcasts?
I don't know.
Now I got another one.
But
There's
here's the
counter,
thing.
it's a good
somewhere
movie.
Here's the
around
thing.
here,
What did
yeah.
he say to Strange exactly? Like, I just want to make everyone forget who Spider-Man is or
At the
who
end,
Peter
he wanted
Parker
to
is,
make
right?
things right, and he was like, "Let's do it the right way. Just the one simple spell.
Yeah.
To keep. I
Because
don't-
they're all
what-
coming here for
Yeah, what
Spider-Man.
What was
or-
that? Was just a bunch of like villains from a different.
Yeah, it
universes
was
that used
every
Peter Parker?
universe that has a Peter Parker.
They were all
People who know Peter Parker are now coming into
That shit was so
That
cool. Did you
universe,
guys
like,
see?
when you
Did you guys see the Scorpion?
Yeah.
It had like outlines of things. You could see like the
Yeah.
Rhino from
Yeah.
It actually
had-
it wasn't the one from.
Amazing
Andrew
Spider-Man
Garfield.
is
It
from-
wasn't.
It was just a different.
It was a different
different
Rhino, but it was still
Rhino?
cool.
Yeah. And then they
Okay,
had-
I didn't.
What is
realize
it?
that.
What is the guy's name? The one hunter. I can't.
Craven the Hunter?
Yes, they had him, and I was hoping they'd show other Spider-Man in it, but they didn't. So I was like,
It
whatever.
was just
But-
like anything really.
Back to Peter Parker being erased from society. He just made everyone forget about him. Like
Well,
there's
the-
still
It's-
the
there's
spell is that
there's still like photos of him, right?
There's still document.
Yeah.
He's still on,
because
like-
the
I
magic
mean-
would probably get rid of that if it reminds someone of Peter.
I
Parker.
think the spell
Oh,
is
no.
like everyone who's ever met him like forgets. Like it's not just like he's erased off the face of the earth. It's just like, oh,
You gotta-
I've
you
never
gotta
met that
remember,
dude. Or like,
people-
who
some
is
people
that?
never met
I've
him,
never
but
met
they
And
know
then you
he's
have to
Peter
get
Parker
new
now.
like
Yeah.
social security
So-
number
Well,
and
that's what I'm thinking. Is
register
like,
as a
he's
citizen
deleted off
again.
of everything.
I don't
Or-
understand how they make that work, but she showed me a meme earlier that was like, why didn't he just say like, I wish Quentin Beck never met me, or like, I wish Quentin
Mysterio.
or Mysterio like never knew of me, or whatever. Like he forgot
no,
that it
what if
happened.
Oh,
Mysterio like never existed, or like never like brought up that like it
What-
was Peter Parker?
I think it's a forget spell. So you'd have to.
forgets, but like
I mean, how are you gonna make a dead man forget that you? yeah, I don't
He's
know.
not- I
everyone else forgets that he
Why-
said that, or like,
Yeah.
there's no more like proof of it.
Forget.
guess.
I feel like a lot
That's
of
the-
logical
I feel like
solutions
that's on the
could have
same
been
level
made.
of everybody forgets that I'm.
Why didn't he just ask Doctor Strange, make everyone forget what I kind of, sort of didn't, but did do? Like, make everyone
There's-
forget that I killed Mysterio in quotation marks.
See this kind of shit right
We
here.
should
This is
change
what
topic.
broke
Yeah,
the spell in
this
the
is-
first place.
yeah.
So
So
Like, but if he just said that in the beginning, just Doctor Strange, just make everyone forget what I did.
All right.
yeah,
you know,
but he
odd
also
part of
he also didn't like prove his innocence at first too.
Yeah, exactly.
The first
He
thing he
just
thought
didn't
was,
say
"I'm gonna
anything."
go make Doctor Strange do a spell."
yeah, and
So-
also the first thing that I remember seeing is like, and I verbally when he falls down, he catches MJ, or when he goes down and grabs MJ, and the one person's like, "Oh, he hit me!" I'm like, "Oh, go fuck yourself, you little bitch." You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one
I
asshole like.
chuckled at
When his
that.
identity got
The
revealed
one girl,
and he went down.
The one girl is there, and she like bumps into him. He's like, Spider-Man hit me. Oh, look, he hit
Oh,
me.
yeah, I saw
I'm like,
that.
what an asshole.
I chuckled while being mad at the same time. I was
Yeah,
like,
can we talk about the
"That's
fight
funny."
scene with like all the villains and all 3 Spider-Man? There was
Yeah, it was really good.
I
That
kept
was
rewatching like TikToks because like every single like
my whole
thing on my
TikTok feed
TikTok
is
like
just
was popping up with
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I saw like there was
I
a
get a
scene
single
that
one.
kept popping up and it was all 3 Spider-Mans like they all decided to work together to like knock out each one by itself. They were all swinging on each other's like webs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
That was
They were
so
swinging
dope.
off each other.
They
You know
used
it.
each other's momentum
So-
to like kick them up.
There was
so cool.
There was a
So
scene.
dope.
Well, I mean, I guess shortly after.
And
all
after,
that.
wait, hold on. After when they landed, all of them had different landing
yeah.
sequences. Oh my god.
So
They also had like unique fighting style.
yeah,
Exactly. So dope.
There was parts of the movie that like obviously people got choked up at, like Aunt May and stuff.
yeah.
But like, I only like got emotional at 2 of the scenes. One is the scene where like Andrew Garfield was talking about like how he
Oh yeah.
dropped Gwen, which was really sad because I started thinking
Yeah.
about that scene. But the scene where he catches MJ and
Oh,
then he
yeah.
starts to tear up, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, this.
I literally was
redemption.
like,
It was
this.
awesome.
Yeah.
it's so good, and I'm like, thank you, because so many people. Cause I remember the first time I watched that scene, I got really upset.
And he started crying too.
And what pissed me off is that we finished the movie, and I was like, it was really good. And Dylan goes, we all knew she was gonna die anyway. And I was like, oh, fuck yourself.
Okay, I did
hate
see.
you.
I did see
He
a
knew
TikTok.
Aunt May was gonna die.
No, I
No,
saw
no.
a TikTok saying like, oh, we have to like in this movie they have to have Aunt May die because Peter needs to go through his like the dark like
Needs to become.
yeah
Spider-Man.
his like
Yeah.
dark like path like the other Spider-Mans like and he was like, oh, Aunt May has to die, she's gonna probably die in this movie, and I was like, I wish I didn't see that.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't see any spoilers.
I literally everyone like I kept
I got
like
really
seeing on
lucky, too. I didn't
TikTok
see
and
it.
everyone was
Honestly,
like, this is gonna happen, or like
I
what's
kinda-
if they're gonna do
I
this
kinda
thing.
figured
I was
it
like,
out bef-
this is gonna spoil the movie
didn't
for
think of
me
I
like
kinda
before I even watch it.
Yeah, I kind of figured it out in the theater before it happened.
Yeah.
Like that scene where Willem Dafoe is kicking Tom Holland's ass, and she picks up like a pipe. I'm like, you're dead.
She shouldn't have like stayed there. Why didn't
You're
she just
dead.
run
Honestly,
out?
You're gonna die.
I honestly wasn't even
I was
thinking
like-
about that. And I did not see it coming at all.
No.
I was like, this is just bunch of red flags are going off.
I mean,
in my
Yeah.
head.
like he left.
Like
and she,
you're
like, she pretty
lady,
much-
run.
After-
You're gonna
well,
die.
After he threw the nade and like left or whatever, and she pretty much like got up and like went over to Peter or whatever. I was like, hey, like, are you okay or whatever? And then she like laid down and kind of like just died.
Well, it's shock. It's shock.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
All
yeah,
the
but-
adrenaline running through
Yeah.
you. You can't feel the pain till it
I mean,
stops.
no, that's true. But
There-
I just didn't
she
think
got
of-
hit in the back. That's just so much like bleeding
like,
going on.
spikes and
Yeah,
stuff,
literally.
I thought maybe it just like kind of nicked her. I was like being hopeful.
Bro,
Like, maybe it missed.
It
Maybe it
folded
missed.
her. She
Let's
went like
go,
she
let's
went
go.
like that, literally.
He did just straight up run over her.
Yeah,
He just had his
exactly.
little hovercraft just.
as much as I will get them out of the way now. As much as I like love this movie, there were some parts that I was like come on, get on with it. Like the,
Wish to
for
name those parts.
because
Some part, yeah.
for the first hour of the movie, you see the other villains, but you don't see the Spider-Man, and you're like, kind of want to see more of them.
I know.
And that, but they had parts where you're like, okay, get on with it.
I know. I
Like,
wanted the Spider-Man to come. I wanted the other two to come like way sooner than
Right.
they did. But it's okay. They still like gave me a lot.
You
of,
gotta
like,
remember whose movie it is.
That's
It-
true.
and that's true, but
Yeah.
it's also like I remember watching. But
You'll
then
see more of them.
with that in mind,
I hope so.
together.
with that in mind, then like why were the villains on there more than that? If-
Because
Because
they were
they
part of
were-
the plot.
I
I
guess.
kinda-
Because Tom Holland, the reason why that they were still there is because he wanted to fix them. Like, so like, oh, what's if they're not evil when they go back to their time and they don't die from like, I don't know.
But there were parts that were like lengthy, like what was kind of dumb? The scene where Peter's like on the couch and he's like talking to MJ and he's all like lovey-dovey and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't care, just get on with
Then it
it.
got funny with Happy in the background.
I get, yeah.
I appreciated that scene.
He's
But
like, hey,
it's-
wrap this up. I'm trying to go to bed.
But they had that and that was okay, and then they had some, I don't know, they had a lot of
So-
lengthy scenes, but
I do have to throw out there. So I love Doctor Strange. He's like also one of my.
oh yeah, he's
favorite
really good.
MCU character, like
Dope
superheroes.
man.
Yeah, like even in this movie, like even when like he was like trying to like activate the cube, like I wasn't like nah, screw Doctor Strange. I was just like I still love Doctor Strange, but like I'm so thankful that they like actually like did some like cool Doctor Strange stuff
stuff
with the
in
glass.
this.
What was it, the mirror dimension or glass
Yeah.
dimension?
Yeah.
Where they threw him in there and then they like started doing the stuff where all the buildings are like coming together and like the train is like circling around everybody and like the ground's like falling apart and it's just so cool. It's like that's the kind of like stuff that I love. And they did that. They
face-off
threw it
was
in there. They threw it in
awesome.
there for a
Yeah,
good
it's
like
like-
When
5,
Peter
10
said
minutes.
geometry is cooler than magic.
That was a little.
was
that
like,
was-
he
that was-
said math is
I mean,
cooler.
Or math.
that-
Yeah, he was like,
idiot.
it's
Peter
just
Parker, though.
geometry.
That's Peter Parker. That's
Yeah,
nerdy.
that is Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I
It's like,
love that so
the-
much.
Yeah.
The cool thing about these movies is like I think the cool thing about the whole MCU is that like you get to see these characters interact with each other in different ways. It's like you never really are gonna see Doctor Strange versus Spider-Man, but you kind of saw it in this movie.
Yeah.
I
like,
loved every second of it.
Yeah, it was
Doctor
awesome.
Strange uses his move where he knocks his like conscious out of his body,
oh,
and yet
yeah.
he still couldn't get the cube from him because of his spider sense
Yeah.
moving the cube all around.
So good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw. Okay, this was another TikTok. My TikToks have been like explaining everything to me for this movie, but someone had a theory that like the Spidey sense is like the sixth sense that like connects all the Spider-Men together, and that it's like not just like a feeling in him, but it's like this just like outwardly like world like connection
So it's
or
just like
something.
Tobey Maguire
It's just like a
whispering in his
fun
ear,
little
but, like,
theory, but like
Look out.
I don't know. I thought it was like really cool.
On the subject of Spidey sense, so in the final scene where Tobey Maguire like stops Tom Holland from stabbing the Green Goblin.
Why didn't his spider sense kick?
Where
in?
was
why
that?
did his
Oh,
spider
yeah.
sense kick in when Toby got like stabbed by the Green
Also,
Goblin?
It
that
doesn't always
scene-
kick in.
That scene when people
I mean,
said
they were
I mean,
having.
I thought
like,
it does. Like,
Where was
intense
his Spidey sense when
emotions.
his Aunt May walked on him naked with MJ in the room?
I think it's very selective, but also keep in mind.
Certain stars have to align for it to work.
I guess.
I guess, but also that scene when Tobey Maguire gets stabbed, I saw so many like Snapchats from people like, I just came from No Way Home. I thought that was the reason why they were crying because I thought they were gonna kill off Tobey Maguire.
Dude, if they did, I'd be so.
But I
mad.
was like-
I would be so.
I was
mad
like,
if they
how?
did.
I was like, are they serious? They're gonna kill off. I was like, if they kill off him, then I got a feeling then they're just gonna kill off Andrew Garfield.
Nah, they can't kill them that easily.
You want to know? You want to hear a fun fact?
What?
He was supposed to die.
Who Tobey
What?
They were going to kill him.
Are
off
you
at the
serious?
end.
Really?
Who said no?
What changed?
Really?
Feige.
Oh my
Was
god.
he seriously like no?
He was like, no. And the reason why I told Jack you're probably going to see these two again, the two Spider-Men again, is because he's like, they originally wanted to kill him off. And I think in the original movie, before reshoots, they did kill him off, like when he
I would
got
hate
stabbed.
that.
But
I
the
would
reason why
hate that.
he
Bonus
said,
features.
no, I want them to live, is because he wants them back for Secret Wars, which is like a
Secret
whole nother,
Wars?
it's like a whole comic timeline, like Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna want them back for Secret Wars, and they're probably gonna come back for that.
Yes.
So,
That's gonna be so
I didn't know
awesome.
that. That's so great.
so in the reshoots, a lot of the the whole like when they're holding each other, the two Spider-Men, and he's like,
Yeah.
you're in a lot of pain.
Yes.
You know? Yes.
I
It's
love
like that
that.
was probably the reshoots and stuff like that.
But here's. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, were you done?
I just ended.
That was kind of funny though when he got stabbed. He's like, "Ah, it's alright. I've been stabbed before."
They had
Yeah.
so they had similarities, which was cool. I like how they brought up Venom, which was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like how
I was thinking about that the entire.
Yeah, they
sorry to
brought
cut
up
you off, but
Venom.
I was thinking about the entire movie because of the end credit scene of the.
yeah, and they had
second
Venom in it, which was
I was
cool.
like, okay. Even when they were like, oh yeah, even like when Toby was like, oh yeah, I even fought like another.
Fought,
like an
alien
alien.
monster made of goo.
Yeah. and
Oh
I was
my
like, okay,
God.
Please. Like I was like, is Venom gonna just like show up right now or something? Because he's
Well,
in the.
there was a lot of things. This was one of the things that didn't happen. Was a Sinister Six kind of thing.
Yeah, that's basically
That
was
never
that.
happened.
I think
Because
that's
there
gonna
was a
happen.
six of them.
But they're-
five.
It was
But-
like, yeah,
They're leading.
they were just missing like
Yeah, I think someone said that
So
that's
people
gonna happen
thought,
later
like,
on.
who's
Like,
who's
who's gonna be the
technically a part of the
six?
Sinister? Is it 6?
Yeah.
Or 7?
Six.
No, seriously.
Okay. Because I thought like
I mean,
rhinoceros.
throughout a lot of
or-
things, it's all
did I say
different.
rhinoceros? I thought rhinoceros and Birdman were also like a part of the Sinister Six. But they weren't.
Birdman
even.
and Rhinoceros.
And now there were. Isn't Venom also part of that or no?
The team's different throughout anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Breed.
I thought it was like.
I think they're leading Venom to be a hero. But besides that,
So
they.
do I.
So the scene when Tobey Maguire said like, I don't have any friends. My friend tried to kill me, and then I ended up
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Yeah,
But
my
it-
best friend tried to kill me. I
died in
killed
my
him.
arms
Oh
after
my
trying to kill me.
gosh.
I was really hoping like
Ned would just turn
Ned
evil
was
and
just-
go
They-
stab
No,
him.
Ned was
They
just
really
so funny.
hinted to Ned becoming the Hobgoblin in that whole scene.
but
there.
both Spider-Man both had a Harry, and
Yeah,
both of them
yeah.
had a Gwen in their universe.
Maybe when Tom is in that new apartment and like everyone's going to MIT, maybe that's when they're introduce Harry and Gwen.
Yeah,
New characters, maybe.
Possibly.
There's
Let me get a
still-
spider.
I don't
there
know.
Let me get a
still
Spider
might be
Gwen.
an Oscorp eventually, because
Yeah.
Eventually,
someone bought Stark Tower and we still don't know who did.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
And
I
that-
thought it was what's his face, the main evil guy from Loki. In the very end.
Who? Kang?
Kang.
Yeah, Kang. I thought Kang. Or didn't you say that in the
No,
comics,
not
like Kang
Kang.
bought it?
There's a certain timeline where Kang does buy his tower, but I think that was just an Easter egg in Loki.
Okay, so
Like, because in that one place where it showed all the destroyed stuff, like where
Right.
the Thanos copter was,
yeah.
I think it showed a destroyed Stark Tower with, like, Kang's name on it or something like that, or Kang's company name. So
Yeah.
that was just kind of an Easter egg nod to something else.
Okay, gotcha.
But I don't think that actually happened.
Can I backtrack to the villains, because I know we were talking about them
Before you say that, I was gonna bring up another like connection between the old Spider-Man movies. It'll be really quick.
Okay.
The scene when the scene when Tom Holland's going into his new apartment and he opens up the door.
Yes.
I really wanted him to make the door joke. I really wanted him to do that.
Rent's due on the first of the month. You ain't gonna get
Get
your
your
rent
rent
till
if
you
you
fix this damn door.
They did it. I wanted him to do that.
There's still time for that joke. To be
I
fair.
hope-
What was it? Wait, what was the other joke that? Oh, this scene where
Something of a scientist.
I'm
myself.
somewhat of a scientist.
Yeah, they did
myself.
that. Yeah.
Okay, all the other two Spider-Mans, like Tobey and
Andrew.
Andrew Garfield, they've both, like, in their movies, like, they've both been, like, somewhat, like, mean in it, like, in some scenes.
Yeah,
of it, like,
Bully
they've both been
Maguire.
Yeah.
Bully
Yeah.
Maguire,
Yeah.
and then Andrew
some dirt
Garfield
in
has
your
just
eye.
been mean in his too. Not like the entire movie.
Like the
but,
basketball scene.
I don't think I've ever seen Tom Holland be, like, mean at all. He's always just been like
Yeah,
this.
Well,
Well,
he
now
was-
that
He
Andy
was
is
being
dead,
a mean
he
little
might
boy when
go
he almost
through
killed
that.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, the final fight
Yeah, but
scene
what-
where he laid the absolute smackdown on Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe.
Man,
Yeah,
that
but
was
that-
just that
What
was
an interesting sentence.
that was
is.
savage. That was just savage.
Someone said
was
that
Tom Holland rock
you know, like the
bottoms away
video
in the
game.
front.
Someone said that he did one of his like finisher moves on the Green Goblin, like during that end
Really?
fight. I don't know. I didn't
heard
see
a thing
it,
where
but
Tom Holland had to apologize to Zendaya because he accidentally farted on her or something. I don't know. I just Snapchat.
I think I
stories.
saw that. I didn't. look
What?
at it, I saw that title.
Can you confirm or deny this, Alex?
No.
Yeah, there was. I saw a Snapchat. I saw that same Snapchat thing. It was like weird things Tom Holland did to Zendaya on set. And I
Where
was
it's
like,
like-
that sounds.
Number
Mine
one,
said,
he
like,
farted on her. Number two,
Tom Holland had to apologize to Zendaya for this emoji explosion face thing.
number two, he asked if Zendaya had a last name.
What?
What?
Shut up.
all right, let's continue on. What were you gonna say about the villains?
I'm sad that they didn't bring up J. Jonah Jameson. I'm sad
He
that
is?
none of them
What do you
because
mean?
J. Jonah
There
Jameson,
is J. Jonah Jameson.
the reporter.
Yeah, he's in the
The
movie.
Daily Bugle. What do you mean?
But they didn't bring him up. Like none of the other Spider-Man.
Oh,
were
how
like,
he was the same
were
in
like,
each movie.
Look,
Yeah.
that's like they definitely can tell because it's been J.K. Simmons the whole time.
Yeah.
They haven't changed him out. Even in the
You know
animated,
what?
he's still J.K.
You
Simmons.
want to know why?
Why?
J. Jonah Jameson figured out how to time travel, so
Shut
he
up.
can get all the Spider-Man.
wouldn't be time
across
travel.
all
Time
the
travel, that's
dimensional.
multi-dimensional.
in every
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, he can just travel from different dimensions.
He just orders an Uber between universes.
What were you saying? What were you gonna say about the
I
villains?
bet the villains.
Well, I wish I knew. I'm just kidding. So I wanted to talk about the villains because, like, some of them were good, and then some of them were bad, and then like, Green Goblin was amazing. I thought,
You really thought some of them were bad?
yeah, I was
Which ones
kind
were bad?
I was kind of disappointed. Like they weren't bad. Like I'm not gonna rant like I did in Eternals, but I was just disappointed with like Sandman.
Really?
I can kind
Can
of
you
see
explain
that,
why?
but not
I
really.
thought the lizard was a little like
Him too.
Weak.
The lizard was
Just a little.
Yeah.
like
he kind of just got
they
like, pushed
didn't.
around.
They
the
were
whole
they were
time.
kind of just there for theater and just to satisfy that like
Like,
you know it's kind of like the Sinister Six.
Yeah, isn't the lizard supposed to be like a really smart dude too?
Yeah.
He's a doctor.
scientist.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
He's like, I thought he was like a very
And
smart
That's
guy.
why
they
he
made
talks
his
so
They
whole
kinda just made him
spiel.
dummy.
They made his whole spiel, which makes me so mad that he just wants to turn people into lizards, which is not canonically like aligned with the Amazing Spider-Man. He wanted to. His research wasn't to make people into fucking lizards.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was to help people.
It was
kind
yeah,
of.
but
it
they
wasn't
they
an
went
evil.
crazy.
He just wasn't. He wasn't just like a straight evil bastard. It was like,
No,
yeah,
that's
I
what they
hate the
get.
world. I just want to make people.
He
lizards.
wanted
Nah,
to
he
turn
went
people into
crazy.
lizards
He went
because
crazy.
he
But
thought
towards the end, he was actually like, that was just the. That was
quick
just like
rundown of
yeah.
it. Yeah, well, I mean,
Because I was being
it's
turned
not
into a
wrong.
lizard.
He did want to turn a whole
Yeah.
city of people into lizards because he thought it was
But-
the next step in human evolution.
Didn't they cure him?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did- okay.
yeah.
But still,
They
my
cure him
point
multiple
stands.
times.
No, no.
I think he
listen.
went crazy when he turned into the lizard.
Yeah,
but
he went crazy when he
before,
turned
we
into
can
the
agree
lizard.
he wasn't like, let's turn everybody into lizards.
But
Like,
they just
I don't
didn't-
think He wasn't even trying to turn himself into a lizard in the first
I was
place.
really
He
hoping
was
they
trying to
like
grow his
do
arm.
He just wanted his arm
something.
back.
They did stuff with some of the characters, but like they kind of left Lizard and Sandman out of like the equation with their
Well,
arcs.
I mean, in my
To
opinion,
play
not
devil's advocate,
that
when you
interesting.
have that many
I
intricate
know.
characters,
I know.
some are not going to get.
Some of
as
them are
much.
gonna be, absent from the spotlight.
But
and I get that.
I can't
But
say I didn't like Sandman in this because I like how they did it. He didn't come in as a villain, because
I was kind of
he liked his Peter Parker at the end of
Yeah.
his movie.
I don't know. Did he?
Yes.
He
did.
did, because
No, because here's why I
No,
was
because
confused.
he wasn't
'cause-
actually like a villain. He didn't
yeah, he
want to
wasn't
hurt
a villain.
people.
He didn't want to hurt people. And I understand he liked Peter Parker at the end of Spider-Man 3. And that transition into this one, which I was like, okay, cool, yeah, he's like friendly with the new Spider-Man, but I don't understand why he was like friendly, but at the same time like, oh, I don't trust no one.
because he doesn't
He
trust
doesn't
anyone.
trust anyone.
Yeah.
But he like
You just got
trusted
transported
Spider-Man,
into a new dimension.
Did they
I mean,
have-
he did, but not Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
did they have a?
but they just didn't do anything with him, and I was kind of I because Sandman was like my favorite villain from like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, I liked when him and the electricity guy. What's his name?
Electro.
Electro. I like when him and Electro like both like made jokes about falling into.
Yeah,
Into evil.
that was
Falling
that was
into-
actually
Super
funny.
Collider.
Yeah.
So did
It's
they
like-
have the actor from Sandman in that movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he-
absolutely.
he
at
he
the
showed
end.
up at the end when
At
they
the
turned him
end.
into a regular
The-
person.
Yeah, he
Okay,
showed
that
Yeah.
scene, and Alex said it too. I thought it was just me. The scene where he's turning back to him looks like the same exact scene as when he's melting in the water. If you put them side by side, I don't. Is that actor still alive?
I don't know.
You have a computer. That's why I asked you.
Right.
The actor that
I'm pretty
plays
sure
Sandman.
he is.
He-
Why would
but-
he?
I don't think he's the same actor.
It's the
'cause-
same
I
actor.
know it's the same actor. It's the same
It's the
actor.
same actor.
It's
Well, no,
literally
I know
the
it's
same
the same actor look wise, but did they have him on set or did they have?
I'm sure they would just have him on set.
You have a.
Sandman. Type in Sandman. Spider-Man Sandman.
Anyway, while he googles that, what did you guys think of, Norman Osborn in this movie?
He was good.
It was good, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
the whole. They had Willem
I thought he was
Dafoe.
amazing.
I mean, what else do you expect? He's a
Willem
good actor.
Dafoe.
Because it was like
No, it was a
he
different
went
person.
under the guise of
It was
being.
different? It was a different person.
Ah, see, we were right.
The ultimate.
I was left wondering at the end of the
Spider-Man, did he
movie,
die?
was it
I don't
Norman
even
the
know.
entire time,
Well,
or was it the
see,
green?
I'll throw it in after, like while we're editing the thing.
Yeah, let's include a snippet at the end.
Just I'll
But
throw it
anyway.
at the end. I'll just throw it up while we're talking.
Yeah, because
about
nobody
it a
finds this
second
shit interesting. We're gonna Google
Yeah.
whether we're right or
trying
wrong.
to talk, I'll be the
Let's
computer
just
guy
let's
right
just
here.
talk about it.
I'm
Why don't
curious.
you look it up, Nick, huh?
Because I don't have the fucking computer,
Hey,
Dick.
Back
Right
to
there.
the topics.
You have it up.
Stop.
He is alive. He's 61 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in the movie. That's
That
all that
doesn't-
matters.
Doesn't mean it.
Was he the one in the movie though?
He said he
Yes.
wasn't.
So I can't even remember what the fuck I was talking about now. You bastards.
Don't blame me.
Taking it from me again.
You're talking about the Green Goblin.
So at the end of the movie, I was left wondering whether if it was the Goblin the whole time, or if it actually was like Norman Osborn, being sensible.
There is
in
a
those
thing
scenes.
where like people like when he's like himself, he has like straight perfect teeth, but when he's like Goblin, his teeth are like like his like fucked up or something.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, that was like a thing, but I didn't really like notice anything. Like I didn't
probably
look
cut
into
that,
that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't
sure.
really.
I mean,
look
you can
into
also
that.
tell with a lot of actors, like the transition from like their evil stage to like,
Yeah.
their like good stage. Like I saw it so many times throughout the movie when he switched. That's why when they're in Happy's like apartment or complex
Yeah.
or whatever, and you saw him go from like good to evil. Like I saw
Yeah.
him like. I think his back
yeah.
was turned away, but
I
I saw
thought-
that, I was like, oh my god, he's coming out. Time to
I
get
thought it was
fun.
really cool because why? So he was helping them the entire time to like try to cure them all, right?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
he just switched at the very end,
Yeah.
Yes.
just to like kind of.
That's why it didn't work on him.
Yeah,
That
I
is
know
the
that's why it
plot
didn't
of
work
the movie that we watch.
Yes, Nick.
deciding whether or not I like that or not.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? He
That's
like
his whole character.
his whole character. He was
Yeah,
like
I know, I
he
know.
meant to cure himself, but then like at the end or like when he like his like mind switch, he was like, "Nah, we're not being cured. We're gonna sabotage this so that
Are
they don't
you-
know, and then we're gonna kill everyone."
Are you not
That's
liking
his
it
plot.
because of like the timing? It's like, oh,
No, it's not
obvious
because of timing. It's
Or
not
do you
'cause
not
of
like
timing.
that like Green
You
Goblin?
just don't like the Green Goblin.
No, he's like my second favorite.
Okay,
Who's
then
your
what's
I am
wrong with that? I think
confused
that was
so
the
your
best.
mind
I
is
think that was the
thinking right
best like twist.
I don't know. Let's come back to it, and I'll.
Anyone
Oh,
think
okay.
about it.
So he's just
I'll
going
think
back
about
on his
Anyone
words.
questions?
I'll think.
I mean, I got a couple, but
Did you?
No, I'm trying to get on the next topic.
So Zach, you were saying that there's gonna be another 3 Spider-Mans with Tom Holland.
Yeah, it's
that
rumored
confirmed?
right now.
Oh, it's just rumored?
It's rumored, but I'm pretty like
Sure, it is gonna happen. So
another Spider-Man movie is confirmed to be in the works right now.
Okay.
So
With
we're
Tom
gonna
Holland?
get at least another one. Yeah, with Tom
Okay.
Holland.
So who do you
So-
think the next villain is gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be Venom because of the end credit scene? Which we should
That
actually
would,
go.
that would be my guess.
We should actually explain that right now, which is
The first
yeah,
or second one? Are you gonna talk about? Are you talking both of them? Or-
Well, the second
second
credit
one's just
scene
the-
is straight up Doctor Strange 2 trailer. So
That's
there's
what it
really
is.
nothing to talk about there.
I mean, cause y'all can talk about it yourself.
I mean, there's nothing to really talk about because it's just a trailer, you know.
yeah. So
What are you gonna break down in it? I mean, just
So
go
anyways,
watch
the
it
first
yourself.
one, the one with Venom or whatever, which I was literally, we were sitting there watching the credits, and I was like, okay, I have a question, but I don't know if I want to ask it. And that question was, is where the heck is Venom? Because in the end credit scene of the Venom 2 movie,
Right.
he literally like got transported into that universe. So I'm like, where the heck is he? And then I was like, okay, it's probably gonna be in the end credit scene. It was, and basically, like, how did you explain it? You just like he got transported back into his own like Sony universe, but he left a bit of the
Symbiote.
The
yeah,
symbiote got left behind,
right. So
or a little bit of it.
so you're saying they're probably gonna, it's not gonna be like a
So, like, unfortunately, Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock, which I really like him as Eddie Brock, he's not there anymore. He got transferred back to his own Sony universe.
Yeah.
So there's no Eddie Brock in Tom Holland's
Probably
universe.
is.
There might be,
there
yeah,
might be, when
but
it might
like,
be introduced after.
and maybe they could just be like, oh, it's just like Tom Holland or Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock again if they really wanted to.
I don't think they will though.
I don't think they will because, like, obviously there are lookalikes like, you know, J. Jonah Jameson being a thing in all 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I doubt it. I don't even think they'll go that route. I think it's just going to be like, it's a way to introduce Venom
So
symbiote.
What about-
probably gonna be Venom then.
What about Flash? Someone said that he's gonna turn into like a
Flash?
Flash?
You mean Flash Thompson?
yeah.
He's going to turn to a villain?
I don't know. Someone said that like he's gonna turn into something. I'm not sure though.
I don't know. Are you talking about, I think you're talking about Ned.
No,
No, Flash?
no, not the Flash.
I know, not
Flash.
the Flash.
Flash
Yeah,
Thompson,
like
the
someone-
bully.
Flash Thompson.
I don't know, cause I saw again another
he's
TikTok.
always-
I saw another TikTok that said
They
like he's
don't-
gonna turn into not a villain, but like a different like.
I don't think he turns into anything.
He's going to
my
turn into an
knowledge.
alien.
But there's so many comics that, like, I don't know, Thanos has a copter called the Thanos.
Thanos copter.
So there could be
Thanos calling
they
it.
could do anything. I don't know.
So, so back on the topic of like his friends. So
Yes, sir.
it was kind of hinted in this movie that Ned might be like the next Mystic Art Boy. What do you think? What direction do you think that's gonna go in?
I think it's gonna end right there.
You think that's it? That's
Yeah.
all there is.
I think that's it.
He's gonna become the next like.
I don't even know how much
Grand
they'll do
Sorcerer.
with Ned anymore.
I think that every time.
I mean, that just proves that Ned is the most powerful character in the whole MCU.
Ned is OP.
I'm ready
I saw
for
this
Ned's
TikTok
epic crazy
where he-
adventure movie.
I saw the TikTok where it's like he has the MCU characters on the wheel and he spins them and they have the two go up against each other. It's like who would win kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was the first one landed on Thanos and the second one landed on Ned. He just
Dude,
like
Ned.
strength,
9 times
Ned.
out of 10. 9 times out of 10 beats
IQ
Thanos.
Ned. Who isn't purple? Ned. It's like who would win? Ned.
Ned, of course.
Ned Swipe.
It all checks out.
So if they, I don't know where I was going with that. Never mind. Oh, sorry. No, I know where I was going with
Nice.
that. So end credit scene, the very last one. They had the Doctor Strange one. I'm like fairly certain. I thought Doctor Strange was gonna be a horror movie.
I think
Or
it
is it
is
not?
going to be a
I
horror
think it
movie.
is.
I don't know.
It doesn't look very scary.
It looked kind of
Oh,
spooky.
I mean, it was just a teaser.
I mean, it kind of looked like he got like dark or something.
Also, I don't.
Yeah, like the.
Yeah, like the alternate universe.
Yeah.
I don't mean this.
Doctor Strange.
So you know the Doctor Strange from What If, where he got like really corrupted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like him.
Yeah.
I
Like he
love-
has to face
Oh,
himself.
dude,
in
I
this.
love the Doctor Strange.
But the-
What If.
In that one.
I'm gonna be honest. They like show Wanda, which is cool, but like I don't care about her character.
Why she's so like
Why? She's so
her
hot.
powers are so cool.
She's cool.
Got him.
Yeah.
no, her
so
powers
hot.
are so
Got
cool.
him.
Okay, I wasn't talking about that.
Number
but
one,
as far
Wanda
as,
stan Zach.
I think it
over
was
here.
more. It was more the
Well, her
fact that
costume's
like
cool, too.
watching What If, and I thought it was gonna be so good, and then finishing it was so unsatisfying that it kind of just like puts a sour taste in my mouth every time I see her.
Viva Las
What If?
Vegas.
Huh? No, sorry, not What If.
WandaVision?
WandaVision. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Because it was kind of like they just are like, oh yeah, she's traumatized, so let's just shit on her more, and then you're just like, well, thanks for the redemption. That makes us feel real great.
I mean, isn't that like every superhero movie almost?
No.
Kind
Well, I
of.
don't know. I'm just kind of thinking of Batman.
So now that
Your parents are dead. Haha.
now that Peter Parker
Justice.
is completely, like wiped off the face of all databases and everybody's memory,
Yeah.
do you think there's gonna be any like future adventures with the Avengers? Like
Well,
Tom
the
Holland.
He
Avengers
still
he's
is
kind
the
of tight
Spider-Man.
with.
Technically,
so
what-
they
He
he
is
who's
Spider-Man
left?
to them, so he is
Yeah.
still an Avenger.
so
Yeah,
did they just
so-
forget who? They just
Yeah.
They just
Yeah,
don't know
they
his
just-
identity.
Yeah.
They don't know
They
his
don't know.
identity.
He's
We've
no
been working with
longer
this
an
kid
Avenger.
all along. We don't
That
know
is-
who he is. Just a
Exactly.
dude
That is the
with a
biggest
Exactly,
sad of the
yeah.
whole movie. He's no longer an Avenger.
Yeah, like.
Well,
is he not?
Spider-Man
No, 'cause
is
everyone
an
forgot
Avenger.
him.
Well,
No, because they didn't forget
Spider-Man.
Oh, true.
Spider-Man is an Avenger. Like
Peter Parker.
even in
is
the
no longer an
comics, he
Avenger.
doesn't like to tell him that he's Peter Parker, so he keeps his identity a secret.
So here's the thing that I was wondering. So like obviously Andrew Garfield still looks kind of the same because they did this close enough to the last.
his last
Amazing
movie was what, 2014? I think so.
Which whenever it was,
Yeah.
it's close enough for him to look still the age that he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Which is like in his 20s, or whatever.
Right.
Why
But
time in their universes has also passed.
it's also past. So they're grabbing the villains from before they die.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
and then they're
because-
grabbing the Spider-Man.
Like after
years
they've
later.
completed their arc and they're living happy lives, somewhat.
Well, I mean, there's theories people like die. It's like that's it. Like your mind kind of goes like
I
blank.
guess that's
It's just some people's theories. Not really mine, but like there's that theory. So like their mind goes blank, and then their mind starts up again when they enter this new multi-universe. So like it just goes from there to like a cutscene. It's literally all it is.
I
But
the
like
one
to
where he turned
the
to a
other
panda.
Peter Parkers though, it's not because they're still alive. So it's like
You also brought up a point where you said, does Willem Dafoe always look like that? And I said, yes, he always has looked old.
no, I.
He looks
saying
like
'cause
Willem
he looks
Dafoe,
very
yes.
Similar
Dafoe's hot.
to
Yeah,
like
he does.
in
So
the
when he does-
original, yeah.
I
I
think he
pointed
just
that out.
the way his face is.
Well, compared to him and
He's
Tobey
a-
Maguire,
He-
like Tobey
They're
Maguire
both
aged
vegans,
a
I
lot.
think. They're both vegans.
Yeah,
I'm
so
pretty sure.
he's
But
looked
still,
like
the
that
difference
in
since
the
he
aging-
came
Wow.
out of the womb until
Exactly.
now.
But the guy, it's the same thing as the actor who plays as Ant-Man. He's always been the age of 34.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Paul
Paul Rudd is
Rudd's looked
the
same.
sexiest
Get
man
Paul Rudd
alive.
saying You love Paul Rudd.
I do love Paul
The
Rudd.
sexiest
Who
man
doesn't love
alive.
Paul Rudd.
I could name a
Oh,
few.
yeah.
I
saw
can
that.
tell you right now that I love Paul Rudd.
Okay,
I mean,
not
you
know.
nobody here. Oh, but we're also gonna say the guy who plays his
Doc Ock?
yeah. Do you remember
Alfred
that actor's name?
Molina?
Yeah. So
Our
They
precious
used
boy.
de-aging on him.
they used de-aging. They also used makeup on him.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why
He
he
looked
looks
great.
so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
he
did
did
look
look
good.
great.
he actually didn't want to come back, and they had to persuade him to come back because,
I think that played into why he was so like.
He was such a great villain.
first of all, he's like, I'm old. Like, what, you guys need me to be young, and I'm old. And they're like, we'll just use this de-aging, and they showed him, like, how they used de-aging previously on some other people. And he's like, okay. But also, he didn't want to do any more Spider-Man movies because of back when he was doing it, the tentacles on his back were like actually a thing.
Ooh.
You know, and he had to wear the prop on his back, and it gave him back pain.
Mm.
And he's like, I can't do that anymore, guys. Like, I'm too old for
I'm
that.
sure they used
My
different.
back
And
will
they
give
just
out.
use
They use a
CGI.
different.
And they're like, we'll
set
just
or
use CGI,
technique.
man. Don't worry about it. Like, it's all cool.
And he was like, oh, okay,
And he's
cool.
like, "Pfft, all for it.
Dope.
It's
So
like,
the two
I don't have to do
normal math
anything. I'm all
problems.
for it.
Because
Still
they have
not
new
got-
technology now. They
And
don't
the
have
thing
to,
with
he doesn't do much.
and the funny thing is with William Dafoe, it was like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
He's like, I will not do this unless I can do my own stunts.
Really?
Oh my
And they're
God.
like, all right, fine. So he it was William Dafoe the whole time. He did all his stunts.
Wow.
Dafoe's-
And he's 66.
Willem Dafoe's a
Holy
very
jeez.
odd actor, only because like I don't know what it is about him, but he just
I like him.
I don't
He's so
no I'm
likable.
not saying that he's not likable. It's just there's something about him that like prevents you from like not liking him in a movie. Even if it's in a bad movie.
I
just
feel
got a
like he
very
plays a lot
tense-
of bad characters.
He's just got a very tense
Like,
visual
like
expression
evil.
and facial structure.
I think he plays in enough movies that even if they're bad or good, you still can kind of overlook them. But that also brings up another thing where it's like, if you think of all of these actors, but specifically the Spider-Man, if you think of like what else they've been in, the thing they're known for is Spider-Man. But like when you think of Tobey Maguire, I can think of one other movie he's been in. Two,
Don't-
sorry. He was in The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
And then he was in the one where he's the war veteran who comes back. Have you seen that movie?
No, I don't
Is
think
that
I've
one
seen-
called?
He comes
Hold
back. That one's kind of.
I don't think I've saw him in The Great Gatsby.
He plays as Nick.
Huh.
But anyway,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
goes
actually
last.
think I saw that movie all the way
so
through.
he was in that, and then if you think of Tom Holland, I'm skipping over Andrew Garfield for a reason. But if you think of Tom Holland, he's in what? Uncharted. He was in.
That tsunami
Tom Holland
movie.
is in
That
everything.
tsunami movie,
He's
which
in a couple of them. Yeah,
He's in a couple.
lot now.
Andrew Garfield, I can think of him in a couple movies, and all of them were really good. None of them, I guess you could like excluding Spider-Man. All of them were good.
No, that was
You
good. though.
can't base an
Who?
actor on
Andrew
every
Garfield?
single movie they do. You know,
Right.
Like, Bill Murray's a legendary actor, and he still did Garfield.
But it's but what I think is odd is that you have Andrew Garfield specifically, which a lot of people don't like, but like he's in all these other movies that are incredible.
I don't
So
know how people don't like Andrew Garfield. I mean, I could see like not particularly liking
In
his
the
Spider-Man
movie.
movies, but I think him as an actor overall he's a great actor.
somebody was like, "No, he's just not good as like he's a terrible Spider-Man." I'm like, "What? Why is he?"
Why?
I don't know.
I think
Explain.
he fits Spider-Man very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Peter Parker, he doesn't fit like as good. Maybe
I wish
don't know,
I
that's
wish
your
they
own
had
opinion, but-
the one thing I want to say is I wish they had more like swinging shots of Tom Holland because someone else mentioned this Andrew Garfield, like his movements when he's swinging are just so it's so free
They
flowing.
had a lot more like.
And he had it was more fluid and like free flowing when he was swinging on it. And Tom Holland looked like kind of choppy. Like
It's
the way
very
he was,
stiff,
yeah.
but it's just a different. Maybe it's because he's younger. Maybe it's
It could
'cause
be
of-
because the suit was doing most of the work for him too. I don't know,
I
but
mean, you gotta remember Tom Holland. His Spider-Man doesn't have the back pain. The other two do have the back pain.
Oh,
Yeah.
when he
That's
does
true.
when he does the back
Want me to
crack
crack your
thing,
back?
he does
I
that
love
and
that.
he goes cross your arms, and I go, I do that.
is so
I did that same
wholesome.
thing.
It's so
I tell
good.
everyone, I said, if you need your back cracked, I'll crack it. I got such a big smile on my face. You do not even know, because Andrew Garfield reminds me of my brother, and my brother was the one. My dad taught my brother, and my brother taught me. So it was very much like
So his dad's
Wow.
Indiana Jones and his brother's Spider-Man.
my dad is Indiana Jones, and my brother is Andrew Garfield.
So who the
Spider-Man.
fuck are you?
I don't know.
Nick.
Nick.
I've never been compared to an actor. Don't
Nick,
start.
you're Nick from The
So
Great
you know what?
Gatsby.
You know, it's
You're
kind
on
of
me,
funny,
man.
like the progression of J. Jonah Jameson's like, I don't know, like money kind of in the movie, because like it shows him like just kind of like in his house or whatever behind with a green screen behind him in the very beginning.
That was great.
And then like later on, like in the movie, he's actually has like a whole like
Yeah,
set
he
or
has a
whatever.
studio.
And then a
Yeah,
helicopter
the slander
that-
campaign for Spider-Man really gave him that cash,
Yeah.
He
baby.
needed Spider-Man to come alive.
That's how he brings in
That's-
the big bucks.
That's why he
Yeah.
gets so obsessed with Spider-Man, because that's what gets him all the money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know,
Yeah.
like, not to like cut you off, but I
No,
really
no,
wanted
that's
to
all
bring
I
this up. So it's like, you know, now that Peter Parker is like alone, he has to now pay rent for this, you know, a little apartment.
Which means no.
How's he gonna get money? He's probably gonna go work for the Daily Bugle, because it's not like he can
Oh,
work a
dude.
9 to 5 job. He's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He got shits to do, so he's not gonna just go and work at the Subway, or a Subway, not sponsored. Please sponsor us, Subway. That'd be great.
Are we? No.
No, please.
No,
No,
please.
please.
You know,
No,
begging will
please.
get you nowhere.
Please, Subway.
No, we don't.
Begging
want
will
to say
get you
anything.
nowhere.
Anyways.
Free subs for a year.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Continue.
Anyways, what the fuck was I talking about?
I don't know, but we're.
Oh no, you're talking about sponsors
His
or
job.
something.
Oh,
Tom's
right.
job.
He's probably gonna go work for the Daily Bugle, because, you know, obviously he could get easy pictures of Spider-Man because he is Spider-Man.
Yeah, he can just set them up himself.
Yeah.
Man.
So
Isn't that what
That's what
Tobey
that's
Maguire
what
did?
Tobey Maguire did. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same thing that
Tom Holland will
Tom-
probably do,
Tobey
because
Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
it's an easy job.
Did Tobey
Uh,
Maguire work for
Yes.
a Jonah Jameson in his universe?
Yes.
Or did he just work
Did he?
for?
I
Tobey
can't.
Maguire?
I,
I
can't
thought he
remember.
just worked for Oscorp.
No, Andrew.
Oh, Andrew Garfield.
Andrew
I don't
Garfield.
think he did.
I think he just was
I don't
working at
I
Oscorp.
think he did, but they had Spider-Man. They had J. Jonah Jameson and
Yeah,
Andrew
they-
Garfield. Okay,
yeah.
so they
They
did
did?
have him.
But he didn't work for the like the newspaper.
No, I think they just had a guy who. Anyway,
Yeah,
besides that, but do we have any other point? We're at an hour, so I don't know.
Daily Bugle.
Well, we've been just letting time run for like 20 minutes. We're at 40.
No, we let time run for
No,
10.
It was 5 minutes.
Or
It was?
5. Yeah, she
you
counted. We're positive.
Who cares
Well,
how long
it's a
this
Spider-Man
is? This is
podcast. We can go
epic
like a
movie.
fucking shit ton.
I just gotta say this is the best movie I've seen all year.
Because I don't have anything else to talk about. I've already gone everything.
I do have a question for everyone though. Like, where would you rank this movie in all the MCU movies?
I think it's top.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't think any.
Top 5.
The guy.
Top 5.
The guy at the register. We were like, "Have you seen Spider-Man yet?" And he was like, "Yes, I did." And we said, "Did you like it?" He goes, "I think it was better than Endgame." And I agree with that. Actually, I didn't think Endgame was that great.
Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't like.
Because
I
I-
liked Endgame, but I thought Infinity War was better than Endgame.
Because I think Infinity War gave so much hype for it that, like, no matter what Endgame. But besides that, I think
Yeah,
that
but you
this-
gotta remember, if you really think about it, this was even longer in the works than Endgame was, because this started all the way in 2002 with Tobey Maguire
Yes.
starting on.
Yeah.
You could also say that the MCU technically now started with that movie in
And
2002.
I'm glad, and I'm really hoping that this movie allows for the other two Spider-Men, like you said. I'm just hoping they have more roles, because, like, I can watch hours upon hours
know
of
what's
these people being
awesome?
Spider-Man again.
It gives Marvel their Spider-Man, and it gives Sony their opportunity to have their own Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Here's how
So,
my
I
tier
didn't mean to lean
of
so far.
great Marvel movies go. So first, it's Iron Man. Then
Number 1, obviously,
Guardians of-
Eternals, and then number 2 is definitely
No,
Captain
I think
Marvel.
Black Widow's at number 1.
No, Black
So-
Widow is obviously 3.
she's easily like god tier, like 10 out of 10. All right,
Wait.
but seriously,
You didn't say
it goes like Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Avengers 1, and then like Doctor Strange. I think I would put this movie underneath that one, or
Number 6?
somewhere like
5.
between the other Avengers movies.
Yeah.
You
It
rank,
was good.
You rank Guardians
really
of
good.
the Galaxy 2
Oh yeah.
higher than 1?
Yeah.
What do you rank?
Why?
What do you put
What?
I would probably put
He put
Guardians
Iron
of the
Man as
Galaxy.
one.
Listen, they're all great movies, but this is my tier list.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, yeah, it is
You're
your
not
own
gonna tell
opinion.
me how to
Everybody's-
organize my
everybody has
goddamn
their
tier
own
list.
opinion.
I don't know.
What was your favorite MCU movie? Like number 1?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I thought you said it was Iron
2.
Man. I thought you
Well,
said-
no. Yeah, I
Iron
did
Man.
say Iron Man, but Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is after that.
So wait,
Iron
which
Man 1?
Iron Man 1?
The one that started it all, baby.
Yeah, I
Really?
disagree.
Like that's when I was a child. I watched that movie, and then I played like the Iron Man video game every single day.
My dad watched
When I was,
Iron Man
like, in
movies
elementary
all the
school.
time. It's all I watched.
I bought every single Iron Man action figure from the movie to like the Acme spin-offs that they made from the movie and like the old Acme action figures too. I just was all about Iron Man. So yeah, that's my top movie.
I always loved Spider-Man growing up. We had the
I like Spider-Man too, but
we had the little joystick.
You had the two? I had that too! It had Spider-Man on it!
The Spider-Man penis joystick?
Yes! We
I
had
didn't have
when
that.
we
I had that!
Yes,
It was a plug and play!
Oh my yes!
I got it!
Yes. Okay.
And the
dude.
games are awful! Did you
No,
play
they weren't.
the one with the where you had to find the lizard in the sewer? That
Yeah,
was
dude.
There was one where you also had to climb buildings on it, and you had to be like.
I remember it!
I played that at elementary
that in the-
school.
Wasn't that in the JonTron video?
Yes, it was!
Like the Shrek penis one?
Yes!
I don't know.
Why are all these like
That's why
penises?
I love Spider-Man. I
But
had
no,
I
like-
had different things of Spider-Man too. And my brother also had like the little sucker punch of Spider-Man's too. Like it was just.
I mean,
he's my
Spider-Man
favorite one.
was such a...
I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
Spider-Man is my favorite.
he was kind of the
can't-
first thing that brought everyone into superheroes.
Yes.
I mean, he was even Stan Lee's like favorite creation.
Yeah,
I
because it
know.
almost failed too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Well, because I was as a kid, I was like, I'm a lame loser who's skinny and can't do anything. And they were like, this is Spider-Man. He's also skinny, not huge, and he can.
He's also a loser just like you.
He's also a loser. And
They
I'm
got
like,
bit by a
oh,
spider and they got
yay!
super buff.
It's
I'm like,
so good. But like, also keep in mind it's so good. But like, yeah, those were our version
it
of the
was
MCU when
so
we were very
good.
young.
if I could include like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2 and like Amazing Spider-Man 2, because both of those are my favorites from both of them, they would probably be like top tier in my Marvel tier list. I don't know where I would put them, but like
would you put him over Venom?
no shit.
I feel it's unfortunate about Venom, but really quick, like Venom had a lot of really good marketing, and then when it came out,
Two?
it did.
Venom
I still
Venom
think-
1 and 2.
I still think
was
it was
like,
a good movie.
I think
I
it
still- it was a
surpassed
great
like
movie.
critic reviews.
I don't think they were bad movies, but I think the whole thing that made me really
The
disappointed.
whole thing is that Venom should be rated
It
R.
should have been rated R. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be like.
It would have been
4.
so much better that way. Like, it would have
Especially
easily
if you're
been
gonna
like
bring Carnage into
Because
it.
at the time,
a 9 or an
Carnage
8.
is so died down.
They wouldn't
that
make that
it's
much money from it. So.
that,
And
but
it's Sony.
I think
so.
they'd actually end up making more.
But
that
I thought they would have
was
made
just
more
me.
because Logan was there to prove to people that you can make a rated R superhero movie and have it be amazing.
There's also
Well, 'cause
Deadpool.
It's the whole thing where
True.
you're Sony, right? So it's like
Suicide
Marvel
Squad.
the MCU has its own thing going on. I could understand why the MCU would be a little hesitant to make a rated R thing, but you're Sony. You could do whatever you want. Just make a rated R Venom movie. Why not?
But they need the money.
Did you?
I think they'd end up getting more money out of it. I
need
really
the
do.
money.
Because I think if it ended up... Because the first thing Venom 2 did, right? It came out and then it just awful ratings. People see those awful ratings and they're like, I'm not going to go see it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see it.
I
Or
didn't
you're
even
gonna
end up
go,
seeing it in
or if
theater.
you even do see it, your expectations are gonna like.
But if
be
it comes
to
out
the
rated
bottom of the
R
floor.
and people are like, holy crap, this movie's awesome. You got to go see Venom chew up some people.
Yeah.
Chomping on a head.
Pizza time.
The Suicide Squad was awesome. I had King Shark just nomming on people's heads.
And
Still haven't seen it.
It's like, I feel like...
Should we wrap this up then? Since we're like.
I just want to
Really
finish
far
my
in?
question. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Jack ever said where he ranked
Only Nick
where he
did.
ranked his
Only
movie.
Nick said where he
Yeah.
ranked.
I
things.
ranked mine.
you
I
know,
said mine was top.
fine, rank
Well, you're
yours.
Nick, right?
Where are you guys?
I had
where would
another
you guys
thing after
rank
this anyway,
No.
so
No.
Let that.
No,
oh,
we're
after
talking.
this, let
Yeah,
them,
we
let
can
them say
talk
theirs.
more.
Let
Okay.
them say
This is the
theirs.
Spider-Man podcast. Go
Yeah,
on.
but
This
we-
is the Spider-Man podcast.
It doesn't matter how long
this.
it is. People will watch it. They want to.
They can click off anytime they want.
Yeah,
Zach,
Go!
Keep
Okay,
talking.
go.
I don't know.
Let's hear it.
I agree with you though. Iron Man is like my favorite
Mhm.
Avenger and or just
You better.
Just movie.
yeah, just Marvel character. And so yeah, the first Iron Man was my favorite, but then this would be ranked pretty high up there. This is probably like maybe number 3, right below Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is my second favorite. And then there's Thor
Fair enough.
Ragnarok.
Fair
Doctor
enough.
Strange is just amazing.
I love Thor Ragnarok. I know I know you don't
I-
want to go
I-
right
I
now
don't-
'cause it's too
I-
funny, but
It's not that it's too funny. It's that it should have been Planet Hulk.
okay, whatever.
But they can't do Planet Hulk.
We got dicked out of a good storyline.
I thought it was a
They
great
still might
True.
do Planet
Planet
Hulk.
Hulk was cool because it was like Hulk gets pissed off and then comes and kills the
But,
Avengers.
anyways, besides that, there's so many
Cool.
movies that
That's
I thought.
Thanos'
There's so many
job.
MCU movies that I thought were good because, for one, I do hold them up to a high standard, and most of them deliver. Most of them do deliver.
I'd
you
say
know,
so. Yeah.
and so it's hard to rank some above each other, but like definitive Iron Man 1 is my favorite. Then there's Doctor Strange, and then like everything below that is all like very, very, very equal. But Spider-Man, this Spider-Man was probably like right there. Like it was right there. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't.
I
rank
wanted
them.
to ask you guys.
Well, like,
I
I,
can't,
think
like,
the question
I
more
will-
is
I haven't
like,
seen
is
them,
this your
so-
favorite
This.
one?
I wanted to
Hold on. Let me speak.
go.
Okay, I'm sorry. You just
Sorry,
interrupt
the
me
host
so
is
much.
talking.
Go. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like, I can't. Like, I don't have like favorites. I'll have like clumps of like movies that I'll rewatch like over and over again.
Okay.
And there are like I can chunk some Marvel movies like into like my favorites, but I can't do it off the top of my head because I need to go through them again and like watch all these movies, and I can't just like do that after like watching it like 5 years ago or something. So
How about is this your favorite
this
Spider-Man
will
movie?
be in my top like cluster. Like this is my top. Like I love this movie.
What
It
about
was so
just
great.
that Spider-Man movies?
Just which ones?
Just
Like
out of
all the
them,
Spider-Man.
All Spider-Man movies.
All Spider-Man.
Like I said, I haven't seen those movies in a very long time, so I'd have
Which
to
is
rewatch
fair.
them. But
a lot of people
this is definitely
haven't.
higher.
I'm pretty sure like on Google the last 24 hours since the movie came out, the two most searched movies were Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Absolutely. Everyone wants to go rewatch them.
I'm gonna go
again.
rewatch
Because
it.
it just brought the like fire back
I'm
into
about
people.
to, yeah.
I have
Alex.
Spider-Man 1 through 3
you
on
go.
You
disc.
want me to
Oh
go?
my god,
I mean, they're somewhere. I don't know. We
I
don't
do
use
too.
discs anymore.
that is amazing.
Any cultured individual does.
My dad used to have a coworker who like had a thing. I don't even remember, but he had like a thing of just DVDs, and like shortly after Spider-Man 3, I don't know if it was pirated or not, but he had a thing
Don't
of
pirate
like
movies.
he had a thing of like DVDs, and I remember shortly after Spider-Man, like 2 weeks after Spider-Man came out, Spider-Man 3, he was like, look what I got. And I watched it. I remember being scared because Venom was spooky and I was 6.
It was.
Venom in
yeah.
that was just. I think he's more scarier than the Venom we have now.
Exactly. Yeah.
I-
No, he was
for Christ's
so
sake,
crazy.
He's just a skinny thing with a big ass mouth and sharp pointy
Yeah.
teeth.
And now they made him really big and goofy, but like in the last one, he
Goofy.
was,
I mean, he's supposed to be like that now.
but in this one, he's in the third one, he was so scary. Because I remember the
Yeah.
scene
Yeah.
like where
Yeah.
he like gets stretches all around.
There's
Oh,
literally
yeah.
a
Like,
jump
metal
scare
wraps
with
around
him.
him. That was creepy.
Dude, in the Lego game, there's a jump scare with him.
I don't like it.
Oh my god.
And it's like,
um,
10-year-old me didn't
I
like
have another
that.
question. So,
Wait,
But I'm not done with mine.
I didn't get to even do mine yet.
Dude, you
Dude, you
had
talk
way
literally-
too
you
much
have,
time.
like,
I've been talking the least out of all of you.
He has.
I literally have talked the least out of all you
Actually-
fucks.
No, that's me.
Okay, so the person. Okay, I've been the second person to talk as much as all of you.
No more
We'll
camera
see.
for you.
Notice how the words
Yeah.
for him are going up.
I control
as
the
he's
camera, so it's I can
Nick's
go-
volume
Do you want to
gets
go
higher.
ahead? Do you want to go ahead?
Nick's
with
volume
yours?
gets higher the more he gets angry.
Well, let him
I think everybody's
let him
does, Vicky.
speak. What is,
Yeah,
what
but
is your
that
point?
happens every podcast.
It might bring up some good points.
Okay, go ahead.
Y'all are fucks. Anyway,
Oh.
Tell us
what
something we don't.
I want you guys to try to recall in your dumb little
put on
peanut
this.
minds which scene was better, the Tobey Maguire Uncle Ben dying scene, the Andrew Garfield version of that, or the Aunt May with Tom Holland. Which one was
I
better?
can't comics. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I can't.
I like.
I wish I would have.
I kind
wish I
of
did my
don't
research
like these.
again.
I actually can.
because it's all gonna come
I
down to
can
something.
compare
No,
too.
I actually can, because when I watched those movies, like I wasn't like when I watched the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire movies, I was young, and those scenes actually made me bawl my eyes out.
So here's. Well,
I think
no,
they
here's
each
a-
have their special.
Here's a
I don't
better.
think Nick likes this movie.
Here's a
very
here's a
much.
better.
I
way.
do, but I have to compare them, right? Because it's a Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
and there's like 3 versions of the Spider-Man movies now.
It's hot.
But here's a better way of saying it.
I don't give a shit.
The three most emotional scenes in the Spider-Man movie. The scene where Harry dies in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
The scene when Gwen dies
Yeah.
in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Or the scene where Aunt May dies.
Yeah.
Mine is
That's actually a fair comparison.
Mine is Gwen, because Andrew Garfield puts a lot more emotion into it.
Yeah, that one too.
Harry is a little bit more sad, but like, there's a part of me that just didn't care about Aunt May dying.
It was sad. I think it was just like a motivational piece in like the movie that was just like, this is what you're fighting for. This is what you need to like focus on to get through now.
I think they did it really well.
Yeah.
I think they did it well.
Because I love the shots where he's on the rooftop and it's raining and he is just absolutely broken inside.
Yeah. Also, what I found funny is that when the other Spider-Mans were talking about like, oh, what place does he go to when he like needs to get away? They were both saying like these amazing buildings like the Chrysler Building or like the Empire State Building, and Tom Holland is on top of his school.
Yeah.
Was that the school?
Yes, that was the school.
Like all we know he is just on top of some bland ass.
Exactly. I was like, what the heck?
I don't know. He probably banged Zendaya
I mean, it's a pretty
up
cool
there,
spot.
So he likes that spot.
Okay.
You get a nice view.
Okay.
It's nice and level.
Too far?
Don't worry about
A
falling
little
off.
too far there.
But
A little too
no.
far.
there's better spots in New York City.
Bro,
I think
the
it was just the
Empire
way-
State
But I
Building,
feel
that
like
shit
if
is
you're
so
gonna look
high
for
up.
someone like a superhero, you're gonna look in the most like craziest places, but like on top of a school.
Who's
I
gonna
think
get
it's
to the
more
top
like
of
a
the
hideout.
Empire State Building unless you have
Oh
like,
yeah,
a
I'd
helicopter?
absolutely shit
What
my pants
the
if I was up that
fuck?
high. Like
Godzilla?
Okay, but if
You
you
know,
were
we can keep
Spider-Man, would you
going.
go up there?
if I was Spider-Man, I'd keep my ass on the ground.
Okay, Jesus.
You think my webs are gonna hold up my weight? Hell no. I'm just going. Try to just.
Dude, in the end,
I'll just
where-
become-
Wait, come on.
Go ahead.
Come on! I didn't even get to explain why I thought
it was the end.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
I thought you already like.
I
Go,
thought
Nick.
No, I was like,
Thought you
yeah,
were
you
done.
score
Go ahead,
better.
go ahead
I'm
then.
done. Yeah, that's all I had to say.
Go
I was
ahead.
just like-
Okay.
So, I know I said Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie,
Yeah.
but the Uncle Ben scene in Amazing Spider-Man 1 it's like legendary tier acting by Andrew Garfield.
I don't remember it.
I remember it like vividly. So it starts out, right? He gets there.
But you remember. But okay.
Can you stop fucking interrupting
Let him
me?
get it
Jesus
done.
Christ!
Well, I was gonna build off of it.
No, I'm
It's
building
called a
my
podcast, not sitting
I'm
here
building
with
my
Nick
own
for
topic.
5 fucking hours.
own. Jesus. So, because everyone in the audience.
So
is
the
gone at
movie
this
started
point.
out like this.
This is for me. This is just for me. It starts out like this. He gets there, and it's just. It starts at like
my God,
the ground. His acting is like it slowly builds up the entire scene. It's
Yeah.
like he's like starting to get a knot in his voice. You know, it just slowly builds from like Uncle Ben, Uncle Ben. Can you?
Yeah.
And then it's just like Uncle Ben, Uncle Ben, Uncle Ben, Uncle
very
Ben,
good at
please.
crying.
It's like, and then I don't know. It just slowly builds intensity, whilst his voice never like increases in volume, but the intensity just keeps building and building, and you just feel the emotion just rips from his voice.
Yeah.
He's really good with expressing
His
emotion in movies.
yes, his emotional range is insane.
He's just a great
It's
actor,
just
bro.
insane, and that just talking about it is making me choke up.
Well, I think
Like
he
it
is-
actually made me cry, and it made me so sad seeing him like cradle him like that, and the way he was just like bawling his eyes out
How
because
did
his
you-
uncle was
How
dead.
did you feel when he caught MJ?
That scene
Because he started
was like.
he started tearing up too.
Yeah, it's like he was tearing up, and then he just lets out like I think he lets out just like a gut wrenching scream. He's like, like, dude.
Wait, you mean when he catches Gwen?
when he catches
in Gwen?
Gwen?
No,
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about
we're
in this
MJ.
movie. This new
No,
movie.
yeah,
How did you feel when he caught her? He
very
was like,
sad, or not very sad, but
Were-
very
were-
very sad.
Were you like,
Why? Damn it! Why didn't you let her
die?
You're supposed to be a useless bastard.
But
no.
do you think he like handled it right? Like
All I
his
was
emotions, like
thinking
he was
was
just like,
Well
I
earned,
caught her.
dude.
Oh,
well
yeah.
earned. This
That
is
was-
yeah.
your redemption, bro.
Exactly.
And I
Yeah.
can't be more happy for him. I actually made
Exactly,
me
yeah.
emotional too. another testament to how amazing Andrew Garfield is as an actor.
Yeah.
Do you want to marry Andrew Garfield?
I do. Andrew Garfield.
You got your competition
So you done with
right
that?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yes,
hanging
yeah,
out with
or-
him first.
Andrew Garfield.
I hang out with him first.
The proposal stands. If you
Well,
want to
Andrew
marry,
Garfield
hit
is
me up.
Nick's brother, so basically you marry Nick's brother. So
do you feel about
therefore
that?
you are Nick's dad.
Nick-
Now
or,
the Knicks are
um,
related.
Zach, were you gonna say something, or are you good chilling
He was
out over
adding
there?
on to Nick, but Nick kind of.
I'm sorry.
Nick stabbed him.
I got a little
I don't
heated.
fucking
I have something that Nick would say though.
I was listening
Me?
to Nick's
No,
acting
like this
class.
Nick would say.
What would you say?
So you know the scene where like Tobey Maguire catches the goblin, Peter like trying to like smash the Green Goblin with his like hovercraft thing or whatever.
Yeah.
At the very end, gets stabbed. It'd be kind of funny if he was like, I do actually have spider webs that come out of a different place, and then like right as he's about to stab him, he like shoots spider webs at his ass and hits the goblin's knife down, preventing himself.
You
from
know
being
what?
stabbed.
I would have said that.
I'm like,
I actually would have
No.
said that.
Nick would say.
No,
I
because
would've
that would
brought
have
that
been
up.
so funny.
Do you think I would have
You know
said
what?
that
It
because of the
actually does
Dune
come out of
podcast
somewhere
where I'm like,
else.
worms eat spice and they poop spice?
Wait. Switch to Zach and Nick. Look at their faces.
We already
It
did.
was on there for like 5 seconds.
Damn.
Is that not something that he would say?
No, that would have been so
nobody
funny.
has thought that.
I'm saying this would be something he would bring up. I don't know why. I just thought
You know what I
about
will
it.
bring up?
It would. That would be funny.
But you know why? To Tom Holland's like giving, just because I am a little biased towards Andrew Garfield, but Tom
Really?
Holland did.
I would have never thought that.
What?
Tom
Who
Holland did a
would've
good job. It's just I don't know. He doesn't convey the emotions the way Andrew Garfield did, and that's why I didn't receive
He has
the Aunt May
frog in his
scene.
mouth.
But now that she's dead, he might show more.
I mean, in
Yeah,
my personal
maybe,
opinion,
yeah.
when he was laying the absolute fucking smackdown on Green Goblin.
That was
He was
angry.
pretty. Yeah.
That was an
pretty
intense
upset
scene. I was
there.
actually
Pretty
like,
angry.
I was actually like biting my nails that scene. I was like, oh.
Exactly. There
I
we
think-
go.
I think that
exactly.
scene really showed a lot of
But-
people
Daddy,
that are like,
sorry.
oh my god,
Daddy,
I did not
sorry.
expect that
What's-
from a
what-
child.
What's more? I'm not commenting on that. What's more impressive, the fact that Andrew Garfield is British and doing this, or the fact that Tom Holland is doing this and he's British?
I feel
Tom
like I
Holland.
heard him slip up and like when he was crying on top of the roof, or on top of his school or whatever. I feel like when he was talking, I feel like he had his like, he's British, right?
Yeah.
Like his
Yeah.
British accent or whatever, like kind of like broke out for a second there. Like,
Australian.
No, he's
No,
British.
he's British.
But yeah, like
Irish.
New Zealand.
I feel like I caught it in that one scene. He like it sounded like he was like British or whatever. In that one scene, like when he was crying to the other two like Spider-Man or whatever, I was like, okay, he slipped up. Like that's like I don't know. I just
Don't we all sound
Maybe.
British when we cry?
But they both have a very. They both are very impressive.
Sometimes I slip into it. Sometimes.
They're both very impressive in the way that they can take the voice that you always hear them in, and then you hear them talk normally, and you're like,
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
crazy hearing
Yeah,
people
it's kind of fun.
do accents.
sure.
Whoa.
Well, no, it's what you're
Crazy
what you're
hearing people
used to.
talk in
but
their
like,
native tongue.
Ugh.
I will say an accent that I hear people do that like always sounds wrong is Russian accents,
Yeah.
because none of them like sound.
Well, to be fair,
For a
there are a
Russian
lot of
accent, you have to
different
be
dialects of Russian.
Yeah, but no, the thing is like in Hawkeye. Yeah, no, in Hawkeye
Yeah.
and in Black Widow, the whatever her name is,
Yelena.
Yelena. I
I
hate,
love her.
I hate her Russian accent. There's something about it that's so like.
I like it.
Have you ever tried to do one
She's
though?
so funny.
It's
Whenever,
hard.
whenever
It's
I
hard.
try to do one,
No, it's
it
hard
devolves
to-
from
it's
Russian
so
to
hard.
like Jamaican
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to
or Brazilian. I
But
don't even
yeah,
know.
it's really hard to
Not even
like keep
top
up
movie,
a
top
Russian
characters.
accent.
I went to a Russian wedding like 2 years ago.
The fuck?
You didn't
So to
invite me
circle
a Russian
back,
wedding?
I would just
Yeah.
like
I
to
wanna
say
go.
what my top 5 where
Okay.
I would
Yeah, I
put
thought
this
you-
movie.
Okay.
Not a lot.
The topic I started way
Answer your own
before Nick
question.
told me to fuck off.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Love you.
It's about your character, and we love that about
I
you.
love Steve.
You're helping Zach build his own character development.
This is
so-
part of your character
Yeah,
arc,
this,
buddy.
this
is
is
your
my
villain
literal villain arc.
The big Kahuna turns
That's
evil.
right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Are you? Or.
All right, so go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree with you.
Oh, cool.
It's my favorite MCU movie.
What's your second? Wow.
Oof. I don't know, honestly. Probably the first Guardians.
Really?
Honestly.
Damn.
Oh, mine.
Fair
Because like other than Spider-Man, my favorite characters, like comics overall, is Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon.
Mine used
They're pretty cool.
Mine used to be mine used to be
No, fuck Groot. Groot's
What
dumb.
was it?
Groot's a tree.
What was it?
mine
Yeah,
used
trees
to
are
be
dumb. Cut them down.
Mine used to be Winter Soldier, and then now
That's
He's
this
sexy.
took the place. No, this took the place of Winter Soldier on my list and is now top.
Really?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Winter Soldier did a really good job with a lot of the stuff they did, but I think this movie I don't know. Anyway,
Like, I'd say, like, overall, like, my favorite Avenger would be Iron Man. Or, like, out of just the main, you know, like, stereotypical Avenger group.
Yeah.
But, and overall, out of any Marvel superhero, I gotta say, like, Spider-Man is my number
Spider-Man.
one. Just because he's so, you know, cool
Yeah.
and relatable.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, Rocket Raccoon and Star-Lord are kind of behind that.
I think it is I think it's time for
It is the
Ratings?
rating time.
ratings.
I have one more question to end this all off.
Better not be stupid.
Oh no.
So, all like in the end, they pretty much cured all the villains, right? So
They
you
did,
know,
yeah.
Yeah, so they're all like cured. They're not pretty much evil anymore. So
Right.
some of them aren't evil anymore. So then they sent them back to their universes. So does that mess up everything that just happened like in their movies? Like, so when they get sent back, because how they explain it is they're like, oh yeah, so I was fighting Spider-Man, and then I remember I like blacked out, and then now I'm here. So then like I'm pretty sure they got sent back to that point in time, and then they're just like they're powerless and good.
Yeah.
So
I think
they're just getting an ass whooping by Spider-Man. They're like, wait, I've changed. They're getting like their ass beat, and they can't defend
I
themselves.
don't think that's how that
Yeah.
would
So
work.
how does
Probably
that
not.
work?
I think the whole point that they tried to kind of get across in the movie was if they are good, they would have never have done bad things to have, you know, them become a villain.
So does that mean that they've
So
never
by
fought
changing
them?
your future, you change your past because you can't change your
Yeah,
future.
I think it kind of is like it went down
way
a different
around,
kind
Nick.
of like time.
No,
timeline
they
kind
explain
of
this in
changing your
Endgame.
past,
They
you
explain
change
this
your
in
future,
Endgame. They
therefore you
debunk.
cannot
No, they
change.
debunk Back to the Future.
So it's like if you look at it like in Green Goblin's case, he would have never became Green Goblin because he's not insane. So it would have never have led to him dying like that.
Right.
So I think that's kind of what they tried to
I
get
see what you're
across.
saying, yeah.
If that's how it happened, I don't really know because there's not a movie about it. But maybe there will be someday. I don't know.
All right. Well,
Who knows?
I just want a movie where they all.
That's what I personally got out of it. I don't know if someone thinks
I
different.
want a
no.
movie where they all hold
if
hands
you
and eat a
did think something
picnic
different,
together.
leave that down in the comments. You know, if you have a different theory.
And
or
we'll
if
totally
you-
respond to it.
I mean, we do respond to pretty much every comment. on
Or
there.
we'll roast you for being cringe.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah,
So
nah,
who
nah.
wants to start off with the ratings then?
Do we just want to do a simple just
No, we're not doing simple.
okay?
This movie is
This
way too
big of a
complex.
movie to.
I
do
can
just
give
a
it.
simple-
I already know what my rating is,
Okay.
but we're starting.
Let's
on
go
this-
with Alex.
No.
Start with Alex.
I don't want to start.
Alex
Someone else
Cast.
please start.
Are we
Alex
doing our-
Mix.
Let's start with Nick. Let's start with Nick.
Really,
Why can't we
Nick?
start in the middle? Let's start with Nick.
All right, fine. Let's do it.
All right, fine. I mean,
Nick,
I
what
think
would
we
you
just
give
lost some
the
viewers.
action
But
part of this movie?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right. What about the characters? I put characters / acting, so it's kind of like the same. They go hand in hand.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
God, he's so hot when he's not shitting on movies.
Sorry, shut up. Let him go.
All right, and then finally the story of this movie.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Huh.
Wow.
8 out of 10. All right.
The grand total.
It was a good
of
story.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right. Who wants to go next?
Fuck.
We're going left or right?
There
We're not
goes
just
the
gonna
all
jump
10
around.
out of 10
Well, camera's on
MediaMix
Nick,
movie.
so-
Sorry.
That was.
All right,
This is gonna be it.
What do you mean? It was never gonna be it.
Yes.
I knew from the beginning he was like, it was okay.
Really?
We walked out of the
Literally,
theater.
I have
walked
my
out,
10
he was
out of
like,
10.
It wasn't the best.
I was
That's
gonna
what he
give
said.
this-
I have my
Our
fucking
wall.
10 out of 10 movies cemented in stone and they will never
You
change.
can have multiple 10 out of 10
Someone's,
movies.
someone's getting
Yes, you
massaged in
can.
the store and
You
they
can't just.
don't-
They will change in 10 years when I have enough time to think about it.
All
But
right. Vicky, what
I'm
would
not
you
gonna
give?
watch a movie and
Nick, how
immediately
would you
give it a 10
rank
out of 10.
Iron Man?
Don't ask him
10
any
out
more
of 10.
questions.
No, don't ask him any more
Just to
One
spite you.
head.
Just to
He's
spite you,
gonna
10 out of 10.
implode
Just to spite you, I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Isn't that the same rate you gave Eternals?
Go ahead.
What do I give
Vicky?
Eternals? Like a 4 out of 10?
What would you give the
Probably.
action?
Okay, action. I'd say 10. That
10
was
out of 10.
really good. I loved all the shots.
All right.
Um.
The characters / acting.
Okay. This is a good one because
Just thinking of Andrew Garfield.
yeah.
I hear a 10 coming.
I don't know. I don't know
Imagine
if
your
I can
last
give
name
it
being
10 though.
Garfield. How
Why?
fucking
Because I don't know. There were some acting like there was
Break it
just
down.
some moments in this movie where I was just like, this is like something could have been better in this shot, but
Like the Aunt May scene.
Really?
there was some acting like there
Oh,
were some acting
acting.
choices that were just a little like
Are you fucking done?
Can you give
What
examples?
are you doing?
Yo, shut
He's
up.
doing his ASMR thing.
Alright, shut up, dude.
I'm sorry, you don't have to give examples.
I think I'll give that a 9.
9?
Yeah.
On
Wow.
Characters acting.
and-
Don't give
Okay.
it. Don't give this next
I
one
mean,
an 8.
characters like 10 out of 10 on Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, but like the acting wise, but like
So all the hot guys,
Tom
like
Holland-
honestly,
Tom
10 out of
Holland
10.
really brings it
I
down.
wish they took their shirts off, but
like a
time.
Yeah,
You
bro.
didn't get to see Tobey
Um,
Maguire's abs, so.
What is the third category?
Story.
Story.
Story. So there's like no category in like shots, right?
That's like action. That tells
Okay.
action.
Fair enough.
It's like the whole cinematography and like
Yeah.
action portion of it. So what about the story, Vicky?
She's gonna cry.
Actually, do characters and acting 10 and then stories in 9. I'm changing it now.
Okay.
I'm going back on my word. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, do story 9 and everything else is 10.
Alright, cool.
There you go.
Alright, I guess I'll go next since I'm next in line. I give the action a 10 out of 10. Speaks for
Yeah,
itself. The
fair
movie
enough.
was great. The characters and acting, instant 10 out of 10. I loved every single one of them. Didn't think there was a single like bad actor in my opinion. And
Even the lizard.
Even the lizard. I mean,
He
he's
talked like a smart scientist.
I
even
mean,
more
yeah,
than-
it's very eloquent.
just a lizard trying to turn everybody into.
Dude, I don't know how they
lizards.
tamed a lizard for that, man.
I
Flash.
thought he was a little like nerfed in this movie, but whatever. And then the story, 10 out of 10 as well. This is one of my. I don't know if I've ever given a straight 10 out. I think I did
think
on
you have.
Invincible, but yeah, this is another one of my 10 out of 10 movies. This is absolutely amazing.
Right, Alex.
Alex,
I'm just gonna say 10 on 10 for all 3 categories.
Wow.
Nice.
Just to kind of
Getting down.
You know, because I was listening to all y'all talk about it. I don't really have much complaints. I feel like this is one of the movies that I've.
You know, maybe I should give this
The
a 10 out of
camera's on
10.
you.
This actually
I
was the
know.
best movie
He
I've
said
seen
a
in a
joke.
while.
You
He
shut
said
up.
He was pretending to stab me because I made it funny.
he
can
made
you
a.
guys like let her talk so we can get through this?
We were. We
You
did
were
nothing
letting the
wrong.
woman talk.
God.
That's quite interesting. With Vicky and I, when we were talking, y'all wouldn't shut up.
Like I don't like.
Yeah, like how are
women.
you? How are you
feel-
like,
I feel your
we start,
pain,
like, talking
Alex.
to the mic and doing stupid
Yeah,
crap and
and
you're irritating, dude.
I feel your pain.
And you're like, okay, so this movie is amazing, bro. And we're all like, like messing around with the mic. Yeah.
Do we want to get on with it?
Yeah, we'd like
Oh
to.
yeah, that'd be great. But like I was saying, I don't feel like I was as emotional through like my emotional like range as other movies as it was in this movie. Like I was
What?
clapping, excited, laughing, as well as crying multiple times. So I gave it 10 out of 10. If anything, like a 9.999999999, but I'll just say 10.
That's a lot of decimals.
Yeah,
You
that would
sound
be
very,
me.
very smart.
Yeah,
I'm
so I'm
rounding
taking
up
it to a
that
10. I know there's other movies that I like better, but I also would probably rank it the same amount for different reasons, but I wouldn't rank it any less.
Well, I'm
Sweet.
glad you decided to round up. Because trying
Alright,
to
you know what,
calculate
I'm gonna
that.
rank it a 6.
We'll give it a
Jack's gonna calculate
9.9
that.
times 10 to the 23rd.
9.9999.
All right, Zach.
6.022 times 10 to the 23rd.
Oh,
I forgot
boy.
this number.
The action / like cinematography.
Sure. Obviously 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Oh god, you get giddy even thinking about it because it's just all the fight scenes in it were awesome in their own ways. You know, like even back like before the Spider-Man showed up, and he was kind of like hunting down the villains. When Doc Ock showed up, that was awesome. Green Goblin had his own entrance, that was awesome. Shout out to like our
Keep talking.
So like shout out to our theater because we had a very like good crowd, you know.
Interactive.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
You
You didn't get a good crowd?
The whole time.
No, not that.
People were
you didn't
screaming
hear
in our
it,
theater.
but for the like entire like in my right ear there was a kid with like a bag of freaking chips or something.
Always some kid, right? Always
very
some kid.
interactive.
But it's fucking annoying,
Dude,
man.
everybody eats during your movie theater.
Yes, but it's fucking loud.
Alright.
Like was he like not chewing with his mouth closed?
Was he like
no,
really
do
ruffling
we have
his
something
jimmies?
loud? Cause you
You?
like it's just fucking.
Nick?
Nah,
It's just it was.
Let's not eat chips on the mic.
It was extremely loud. Like it was not the M&Ms, Skittles.
Wait, M&Ms?
Not even like that. It was just really
I think I know
loud.
what chips sound like.
And occasionally the kid would like, there'd be some like the kid next
What
to him like
happened
didn't
to
know
our
what
shot?
was happening. Sorry.
Our shot's awful.
The
Anyway,
guy-
it's fine.
Eventually the kid didn't like next to him didn't know what was happening, and he like was like, oh yeah, no this. It's like if you haven't seen the fucking movie, just like wait until after and go whatever. Besides that, our crowd was okay. Just the two kids, I was like, stop.
Zach,
Yeah,
finish up.
it's like I don't know. On TikTok, I've been seeing a lot of things where it's like obviously people filming in the theater, which
Yeah, I
don't
know.
do, but like cool anyways. But a lot of people were like in those really like cool scenes, like when Andrew showed up and Toby showed up. You know, the crowd just emitted and cheer, and some of them were like quiet. And I don't know. I feel like you gotta have fun during these movies because
Yeah.
it was
Our
really
audience was
hyped
very
up and
fun.
Awesome.
It was a great.
So
theater,
our
yeah.
audience was pretty awesome too.
So
It's like because it's like have fun, but when they start talking, shut up because
Yeah.
you want to listen to it.
There were some parts where I couldn't hear them talking. Like when Andrew Garfield first
yeah,
came
like,
in,
right after
he
that.
said something and it was like, blah 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 blah.
During the fight between him and Electro said something I didn't know what he said.
Yeah.
Zach, finish your ratings.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I just give it a 10 out of 10 straight up, like
Okay.
all the way
way?
through. Yeah. I mean, I liked it. It was a good movie. I think it was the best one MCU's put out so far.
I do have to throw out there though, like with the not being able to hear things, and then like when Tobey Maguire first came out, and then like they had Ned's mom there, and she's just like I wanted to hear like Toby speak. Like I just wanted to sit there and like the whole scene was focused on Toby, but
Yeah.
the mom just kept talking. I was like, shut up, just go somewhere else or whatever. I'm trying to like have an interaction between like Toby and them or whatever. And then like she like went on this like long spiel or whatever, and then Ned's like, oh yeah, can you clean up the webs or something like that? I just thought that was the dumbest thing ever. But all right, go ahead, Nick.
I thought that was hilarious.
Wow, I guess I'm just the only
Nick?
hater.
You're just dumb.
I thought it was funny too, Nick.
I
Wow.
I kind of put just overall I said 10 out of 10 because I feel like if I dive too deep then it just kind of muddles. I think the parts that were bad in the movie were made up for by everything that was good for it, which then just brings it to a 10 out of 10. Like, albeit, yes, the story was a little bit like,
Yeah.
but the fact that they like managed to do this in such a way that was very enjoyable to watch and see was just like, I don't give a shit about the story at that point. You made a good movie. So I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, like, I think really at the end of the day, you could say that this movie had an unmeasurable amount of hype. And it lived up to every expectation it had.
It really did.
Can you switch
And I
mine
think
to all
even
tens?
more.
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
going
It
literally.
doesn't matter. We're not
I
gonna have
don't
all
know
10.
why
You know
I
what
said a
other-
9, but
Real
No, other
quick,
scene-
sorry.
Oh, you go. Okay. You know what other scene really like did it for me? Cinematography wise was when Peter Parker and Zendaya went to Aunt May's apartment. That whole scene was so chaotic, and like, it really brought that like, it gave me flashbacks of nostalgia to like the Tobey Maguire series. How like sometimes like chaotic it was. You know,
What?
it kind of had that same
I know what
energy.
you're talking
In the beginning of the movie.
In the
Oh,
beginning
when
of
he
the
was
movie where it's like he
undressing?
was getting
Yeah.
undressed.
Oh.
His mom was walking, or his Aunt May was walking in on him. He was thinking they were doing
you
the
looking
nasty,
for?
but they weren't. And there was like news people outside, and he was trying to like close the blinds, and then one of them didn't close all the way.
Yeah.
And it was all one continuous shot. It was such a perfect scene.
Jack, what are you
There was
looking for?
We had party poppers left over, but I guess they disappeared.
No, those are going to set the fire off alarm again.
Did they?
No, but it smelled really bad.
Oh.
But real quick before we end this, I know my camera's like weird right now. But like I told Nick after watching the movie, like this is one of the few movies that I can watch again like immediately after.
Immediately.
Oh yeah, I
I'll be
want
fine
to.
with it. Like most movies I can't because I'm just like I just watched it. I'm not gonna watch it again. Even
Yeah.
like a week or a month later, like no, I just watched it. But like right after that, of course we had like stretch. But like I would have immediately watched it. And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
totally
Oh, yeah.
fine. I
Oh,
would've
yeah.
enjoyed it so much.
Like, I hate rewatching movies because it's like I already watched it before. I really don't want to watch it again.
That's why it's
It'll
fun
take
heavy.
me years to rewatch a movie, right?
Did
And that's just me. But I would honestly just watch this movie like again, like right away.
did a
Like,
good
I'd watch
job.
it today if I
Yeah, that's why it's fun having
Wanted to pay more
ADD
money
because
for
I
I
can
will
watch
watch the
movies
same,
so
yeah,
many
multiple
times and
times
enjoy them
within
every
a day,
time.
yeah.
I forget so often. So that's
I'm
why
actually
whenever
going
I
tomorrow to
rewatch
watch it
movies,
again
it's great, yeah.
with Dylan. Oh, that's gonna
Yeah,
be
this
fun.
I
is
love
great
rewatching movies.
the only thing this movie didn't deliver on was pizza time.
Pizza
Yeah.
time.
No pizza time.
Pizza time.
It wasn't even mentioned once.
Pizza time.
No Bully McGuire, where he's like.
That'd be funny when they open up the portal. That's just what he's doing.
We get Bully McGuire instead of like Tobey McGuire.
Everyone should have worn suits too to the theater. You
There
know?
was a
No.
Spider-Man outside.
Yeah, there was.
So,
In Chase's theater.
Chase was telling us that there were two people dressed up as Spider-Man doing backflips and front flips in
Oh
front
my
of
God.
the front of the movie
So
theater
cool.
screen.
Before it started, not like during.
Not during it. No, that'd be lame.
They had their
before
own
it.
fight scene during.
Like,
We,
dude, they must have had the best movie theater ever.
What is the final
We
rating?
have our final rating. You want to get a drum roll going on? Final rating for Spider-Man: No Way Home is a 9.8 out of 10.
Wow, that's actually pretty high.
Damn.
And does
Fuck you,
everyone,
Nick.
I wonder what brought
does
that
everyone
down.
want to know the reason why it couldn't have been a 10 out of 10?
Only because of Nick, actually.
Because
I guess
of
I'm
the
just
critics. Because
a
of the
tough
critics.
critic.
And guess what? We have the worst one of all here.
Worst
No,
one of all.
that
You
you
guys are
say
all
that-
just a bunch of
No.
plebs.
No, you say that, but I'm here.
Stay
and then-
tuned for our Santa Claus.
You're here. You gave it a straight 10 out of 10.
Plus 2 and
No, I
Santa
mean
Claus
on
2
other
and 3 coming
movies.
soon.
On other movies, yeah,
Well,
but
the
not
first
this
one's
one.
not out yet.
I think I need to
Oh.
take
That's our
Nick
Christmas
Snyder's
special.
hard critic title.
So if you've listened this long, you know what our Christmas special is now.
Everyone. Anyway.
Sorry I had like deep convictions and actually explained why I love or hate movies.
I'm sorry about that.
All right, well,
Instead I'll just say,
Yeah,
yeah, straight
if
10
you're
out
s-
of 10.
if
Great
you're
movie.
still watching right now, we just want to thank you for still watching.
Yeah, thank you.
and
Please subscribe because you
Give us a
obviously
like.
like us.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe.
Please-
Comment down below if
please
you thought
love
anything
me.
we said was stupid or you liked something or you want to further explain something. Like
Yeah, if
go
you
back
want to
the-
add on anything,
Yeah, like in the
please.
Arcane podcast, we had a couple people explain scenes that we didn't quite understand more, and it actually
Yeah.
made more sense. It was awesome. So if you guys have any more insights to this movie that you want to share in the comments, please feel free to do
Yeah,
so.
we'll give you a thumbs up if
Um,
it deserves it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, only if it deserves it.
That and the
No.
closer, the more subscribers and the
cringe
more
shit.
likes and all of that, the closer we get to coming out with merch. And we have really cool merch that we want to release that I helped
want to read
make.
ads.
And I really want to
Yeah.
put it out because I really want to
Really
be able
cool.
to. I
No,
want
we
to.
just want to make better
We
content
want
for you
'em,
guys.
and you'll
And
want 'em
that too.
Which is what would
just
lead
wanna
to
make
We'll be able to
money.
make better content. We might be able to make a Star Wars movie that Jack really wants that he keeps bugging me about.
Yeah.
We're gonna
And I'm
make a
totally
movie.
fine with that.
If you want to see the first fat Jedi / Sith, please leave a like down below.
But without further ado, who would like to give us the out?
I'll do it.
Alex.
All right.
I think it's fitting, Alex. Please.
Thank you all for watching this video today. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, make sure you watch our YouTube version as well, just to see us visually and all the interactions. Pretty funny.
Yeah, some of us are not that bad looking.
Some of us, like,
So
Yeah,
it's
if you are
worse.
watching it just on YouTube, like I said, we have it on Spotify, Apple Music, and the other ones, Jack? Or is
We
it
have
just those?
Spotify, Apple. I don't know if Anchor is its own thing. But
We're working on
subreddit.
Anchor
Yeah.
and trying to get on more platforms. So the more you like and the more you subscribe, the more opportunities merch will have for you guys. So thanks for
And
watching this video.
We're on socials.
Make sure you follow us and turn on post notifications on our Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
Yeah, we do.
We might
Yeah,
open Twitter.
We might.
Mostly
We
Instagram.
might.
We
and
might start
TikTok.
posting on
We
our
haven't released
Twitter.
on Twitter yet.
got it.
More subscribers, more postings. Yeah. Thank you all for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.
y'all.
See ya.